you guys have been adventuring in Toivoa. Most recently down here in the lovely city of the Central Wall. A massive city containing all sorts of elite crafters, curiosities, and a culture that you guys are still kind of exploring and finding disturbing in some cases. So, as you guys find yourselves here getting ready to visit a certain museum, as you try to find the astral shard that you guys promised to get for some Wan tea in the desert, what would you like to do this morning? It's actually this afternoon. But what would you like to do this afternoon? You guys were currently just outside the museum.
Technically, we were walking away.
When
Yeah.
did
I
this
think
we sat
transcription
down
happen?
somewhere.
Wait, weren't
Oh.
we eating?
I was pretty sure we were eating.
We had level 100 sushi.
Yeah.
Oh,
we,
yeah.
You're right.
Weren't we planning on sending somebody in to look around and confirm which of these rooms had the actual shard? And look like
Ren
was gonna wear his fancy hat, and I was gonna disguise myself as well.
right, and you guys were gonna go in and see which of these rooms in our map contains the shard.
Correct.
Indeed.
We were discussing who is the lowest profile party member that
That was a good question.
won't immediately. Coin was saying like they're gonna immediately notice the grung, whether or not I have a mask
we have
on.
a hat of disguise, so anybody can go in
That's true.
disguised if we want one person to be extra.
Sneaky.
Do we know if the museum would have safeguards against that sort of stuff? I mean, it is a fancy museum after all.
Yeah. What if they just turn it off?
Hopefully, Bryn and Saphira go find out now.
What if they like? What if you're
turn
wearing
off
that
the
hat,
museum?
that disguise, hat of disguise, and then like you walk in and it just turns off? Yeah, that would be bad.
That's a good point. It
Oh.
would just kind of I can use the excuse that because I'm half drow and that people don't always look kindly on drow. Saphira might be able to say something similar. We can disguise ourselves as like two. I don't know. What kind of races have we seen around here besides the scorpion people?
Klinkali.
Human.
We saw the one elf that we visited.
The human
seen a
that served us
dwarf.
the sushi.
You've seen a gnome, you've seen humans.
You could go in with some more discreet form of magic. Put on the hat of disguise, but just change your hair color or something. That way, if it's shut off or they notice it, it's not a big. It doesn't seem obvious you were trying to, go
That's very
unnoticed.
smart. You can even do more subtle than your hair color. You can just
Oh yeah,
elongate
just
one
go in with
finger
just a
by
very
an inch.
Yeah.
Go in, and if you try to touch your hands together, your finger's the normal length. You're good.
Keep it
And
simple.
that's it. Nobody's going to notice. Nobody's going to comment.
You could just be really tall.
I'm wondering if I go in just as myself, but with my skin color changed to be like a wood elf, a half wood elf instead of a half drow. Like maybe that would be a reasonable excuse. If they catch the disguise. I think we want to be careful with Saphira because Saphira is wanted and
Just say she's your girlfriend.
that's true. Saphira. Well, my main concern is Saphira being disguised and then getting busted if we walk in and then like the disguise washes off, and then the guards are like, "Hang on, you set off the alarm. Who are you?" And then they realize, "Oh, you're a criminal trying to break in."
No, honestly, like I haven't done a lot of crime, but it strikes me as you guys putting a lot of thought into this. If I walked in, and they were like, "Your hair changed color," I'd be like, "Yeah, because I like being blonde sometimes. What the fuck of it?" And go about my business. Like, if you act like what you're doing is regular and that you deserve to be doing it, people tend to believe you.
And if they think I'm if they think I'm a criminal worth a 20,000 gold piece bounty, and sorry to undersell me, but I'd be above their pay grade for sure.
I like that.
Guys, look around. if you feel like trying the Hat of Disguise, step into the bathroom and try it out, or don't. And otherwise, we'll see you soon. Let us know.
Hide in the
Let us know
bathroom.
what.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, I'll put on my Hat of Disguise. Also, just a heads up, I haven't attuned to the Staff of Healing yet because I only have 3 attunement spots. So I have it, but it's not charged up yet. Yeah, I'll use the Hat of Disguise to cast Disguise Self, and I would like to change nothing about my appearance except for the color of my skin, and I'll make it sort of a medium brown color, suggesting that my elven parent is perhaps a wood elf rather than a drow.
Wouldn't hurt to minimize your time in there too. Get the info, get an idea of where it is. Maybe find an easy exit, but
all right.
No.
And then also okay.
So I've got Bryn going in. Who else is going in?
I'm gonna cast Disguise Self on myself and just change my hair color from black tipped with blue to black tipped with red.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. And then is there any stat that we'd want to have buffed? I'm wondering, do we want to have our intelligence buffed or do we want to have wisdom buffed?
Well, you do have to find this thing.
Because I'm wondering, is investigation or insight going to be more important?
I think investigation
Perception is the other one.
or perception
Guys,
is like
yeah.
the wisdom.
Sorry,
All right.
again, I don't do a lot of crime, but you're going to a museum, right? It's going to be labeled.
if you
Like, how
need
many rolls
insight,
do you
that.
need?
They have
How many
to
rolls
read the labels.
do you need to find
You
the
keep
labeled
saying that,
item?
David, but like something about the fact that you're denying so much crime.
Let's be clear. Damon's not denying anything. Isaac is saying
Isaac, I don't. If you were to admit to a crime, I think most of us would appreciate it rather than shun you for it.
I second Isaac. If you need insight or investigation to find something in a museum, it's a terrible museum.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't think this should be that
those
hard.
Yeah.
Just case
But
out
I-
the place and
what
tell
about,
us what's
like-
in there.
What about like
Keep in mind, we
Arcana?
also have
I will. Well, nothing misses my sight. So I think investigation would be
Nothing?
Mari. Nothing.
nothing.
All right.
I can at
Never
least
lost
count
sight of
one
anything.
time you didn't see something that was important.
I think Arcana is also
I
important.
did not
potentially.
remember what time you're talking about. So I'm pretty sure I did.
Well, I remember.
I will.
All right.
Bryn makes a good point. That knowledge of the arcane would
Okay.
come in handy here.
We're gonna go with the teams. We're gonna go with the teams. Me and Saphira. I'm gonna cast a 3rd level enhance ability on me and Saphira. And when cast at 3rd level, it gives me an extra target, and I'm gonna give us both the Fox's Cunning. I think that's what it's called. Yeah. And we have advantage on intelligence checks as long as I can maintain concentration on the spell. Yeah, because Hat of Disguise is not concentration. So yeah, so I'd like to. So we both have advantage on intelligence checks for the duration.
Okay. All right. Ready to go in?
All right, yeah.
So,
So the two of us would like to go into the museum.
Awesome.
Before you go, Coin's going to establish some. I think he's going to think about it for a moment. Like, if you're not back here in an hour, that'll be a red flag for us. That'll be an alarm going
Yeah,
off.
that's fair. If you guys can wait, if somebody can wait outside the entrance to the museum, I can message you if we're in trouble, and then you can run because the range on message is 120 feet.
What are you
And
gonna do in the museum to get in trouble?
We're not.
We're not.
This is
hey,
just. We're
have
just
you-
casing out the place, Brain. Like, what do you think's gonna happen? They're gonna
Hang
shoot
on.
you for walking
is
in.
my- Is
If
my
you get
video
arrested, we'll
frozen
just
again?
bail you out. Like, just get arrested if you get arrested. We'll go bail
Zach,
you out.
is my video frozen again? Is this another?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Okay, I was wondering because I was trying to point out that we are the Toivoan Trainwreck, and nothing goes according to the fucking plan in this so,
Right on the
yeah.
nose, right there.
I think we should have I think we should at least have somebody standing outside the museum. Maybe just like sit and read a book on if there's like a bench. And then we can.
Daddy, have you looked through
I
those
see
papers
that.
yet that I got?
Hey,
Maybe we can
Eric,
do that while we wait.
Yes, sir.
going back to when Coin scouted out the museum, can he recall the buildings near the museum? Like if there's one
Yeah.
directly left or right?
Yeah, absolutely there are. This place is pretty darn built up. Real estate's at a premium.
What does it seem
there's
like?
not a lot of open spaces around.
Okay, what does it seem like is built around it directly?
To the left would be a bank, and on the other side would be an administration building.
Coin will
government
relay
should-
this conflicted. Like, it's possible one of us could burn time by the bank next to it, or whatever that admin building thing next to it is.
I don't think we should rob the bank today.
No, but we could scout it out ahead, right?
Guys, I have museum heist ready, not bank heist.
Why not
What
both?
if they were the same
At
height?
the same
Get
time.
bank heist ready, you're gonna have to give me 5 minutes.
One
Go into the
one's a
catacombs, up through the
distraction.
bank, take all the gold.
The sooner we heist the bank, the sooner we can bail out Bryn.
This is a very long. What?
Food for thought. As he tosses a shrimp in his mouth.
Okay, so what's the next step in our 50-step plan to bail out Bryn? That's not even going to happen because he's not going to
Bryn-
get
The
arrested.
next step is that Bryn and I should go to the museum because this guy's spell only lasts an hour and Bryn.
Bye. Have fun.
All right.
All right, you guys going in?
Yes.
All right.
Are
we're
all
gonna
of
leave
us standing in front, arguing? Where are we right now?
We're at a table, right?
Earlier
I was
in the
still at the
street.
table.
You guys were in the street last. I recall because I checked. You guys are in the street outside the store where the little individual was cursing someone's name.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I want to say that we ended session and then I asked for a roll on how good the shrimp was.
Yes.
So I thought we were in a restaurant eating shrimp.
No,
okay.
we had left the restaurant already. The shrimp was a post check.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Then let's assume Coin has stated to. What's the walk from the museum back to where our wagon and all that is?
We had established that was going to be an hour.
Okay, then maybe Coin says if you're not back there within 2 hours, that's a red alarm, and one of us will stay in close proximity, or maybe all of us will. I don't care.
I was actually hoping I could go just check something out while you guys were looking at the museum. Well, they were looking at the museum.
Okay. Tell me what you're doing, and I will get to it.
Well, no, I'm telling Coin and Ruzid actually.
Oh,
guys,
okay. You're telling me. Okay.
What is what? Ruzi was having a side conversation with Crystal while you're trying to tell him something.
Trying to go.
I want to.
It was
Well, I
an
just
important
wanted to go
conversation.
look at the catacombs while everybody.
Oh, that's
The
a good
catacomb-
idea.
Oh, I
Oh,
want.
wait. So my plan. We're going to do my plan?
No, I
liked-
want to. I'm going with Toddy.
We're not going down there.
Ruzid,
What?
Don't tell Crystal that it's a sewer system.
I'm sorry, what?
It's
Don't tell
not.
Crystal
It's a
what?
system of people down there. Yeah.
I know, and it's a problem.
Yeah, we can help them. We can get them to,
Or we could just go look and see what's there.
maybe cause some chaos.
I mean,
So
chaos.
hopeful.
Go as far as we can without getting stuck somewhere we can't return from.
We get stuck there.
Did you ever look through the papers I got, by the way, Tati?
the papers?
Yeah, with the text I couldn't read.
That was either last night or this coming night.
That should be this coming night is when she was going to get an opportunity because you just
Alright.
left the bookstore today.
Yeah. Okay. So then I guess they'd say I'm gonna look at it tonight.
Yeah.
So she did literally look at them.
Been
She
like
looked at them
30
and pushed them
minutes.
away.
I'll take a closer look at them tonight.
Okay.
I like that the in-game timeline does feature we walk outside, we discuss the museum, they walk to the museum, then Ruzid turns to Tati and goes, "So did you look at those papers you grabbed like 20 minutes ago?"
Well, Ruzid really meant, did you plan to look at those papers? But forgot to say
I-
that.
Fair enough.
Tati wasn't planning on it, but since you brought it up, she is now planning on it. Just made a mental note.
Are you guys, so Tati and Crystal, you want to go underground and explore a little bit? Is
Yeah.
that right?
It's a day for exploring the city.
Sure. Would Isaac in his times, we've established that when he goes to the central wall, he's pretty quick and on business, but I don't know how unusual it is to go underground. Is it pretty common to conduct business underground? Would he have ever been?
I don't think he would have been, but let's roll a D100 and see.
Sure.
Nah, you're an above board guy.
Above board.
It would have all been okay. That's
Literally
sort of
above
what I didn't know is like, because certain like casts are being shoved underground. I wasn't know like if legitimate businesses were still under there as well. But got it. Okay. Well then, yeah. It was just seeing if Isaac would be able to offer you any experience he's had down there, but it sounds like he hasn't. He
Not
would,
a
I
lot of
guess, pass
storms
that
down
he's
there.
too dangerous.
Would you like to have some experience there,
Are you
Isaac?
coming with us?
I think Isaac glances at Ruzid and Coin. Or what are you guys planning on doing? I don't know that it. He
I plan
certainly
to
will
scope
if
out the
group's
exit.
going.
I don't know the necessity of going down now while we're still split up and we don't know what's going to happen at the museum. We
Great,
should
so we
definitely
just-
find out where to get there, though.
Always split up. It guarantees victory.
It's just a little tourist trip.
I might hang out at the doorway to the catacombs and meet you when you're back up.
Well, actually taking a walk around town to see if there are some other quick exits besides the one we know of is not a bad idea.
Agreed.
All right.
All right,
So
I
we're
might
in,
stay
like,
above. I might stay
4
above
parties
ground.
now?
No, I think 3. I think it looks like it's the 2 in the museum, the 2 going underground, and then the 3 Coin, Ruzid, and Isaac walking around above ground to look for alternate exits.
Love it.
I thought Ruzid was going with Toddy underground.
Oh, you're welcome to.
all
I
right,
just misheard.
welcome to
Yeah,
come with
obviously
me.
you're welcome to. I just didn't say
Also,
that right.
Ruzid will say, so
You're
we're
welcome.
not doing the plan where I'm being used as a drill, right? Because I don't want to do that.
Not yet.
We're just
Not
gonna
yet.
go look it.
You don't pay me enough for that crap.
Let's see what
Well,
they
you
have
did it
there.
more,
What?
and
What?
you might get paid more for it.
How much more?
Depends how long the tunnel is.
So you're paying me on a per foot basis?
Roughly, yeah, that's the idea.
50% more than you're getting paid now. That's how much you like.
All right. So, Crystal, Tati, and Ruzid are going down into the catacombs. Awesome.
Split the party.
Isaac and Coin, you guys are going to roam around looking for escape routes? Question mark.
Coin's planning to find the entrance and sort of splitting off from there. He wants an idea of where they're going before he splits.
Sure. Okay. So we'll say that you guys find a path into the catacombs, which is actually straight down a manhole. And you can go down the manhole, or you can try for a second entrance if you'd like. You guys want to try for a second one, more accessible for Crystal?
Can we go straight down the manhole with Crystal?
Can't
is that
you
it?
jump?
Good.
An option?
You
Does she
could. It's
fit?
difficult. Getting out would be more difficult than getting in.
Oh, we should have gotten Bryn to do the spider thing.
No, I can't do spider climb. Spider climb's also concentration, unfortunately.
Fair enough.
Let's spend a little time looking for another entrance, and if we can't find one, we'll go to the manhole.
All right, go ahead and roll an investigation, please. Yep. you will find a access hatch in a small alleyway that allows you to go down a set of stairs into the catacombs.
How about this thing? It goes down, right? You're looking for down?
This looks like it.
I don't know where it goes, but you can all go down it.
All right. So you've been escorted there by Coin and dropped off to have a good time, kids.
Yeah.
Don't make
Crystal
So-
friends.
coin.
Try not to get arrested.
I'm guessing we're meeting back at the wagon. Don't see you in, 3 hours?
Where's
Yes,
the
boss.
wagon?
I'll start looking for replacements.
Did we
I'm
have a
sorry,
long
what?
rest at all of last session? I'm just realizing this.
Yes,
or
you
I
did have a
just-
long rest.
Yeah, okay. I may have just missed something. I don't know how I managed to miss that, but
Yeah,
anyways.
you guys slept after the debate.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Which
some
was a
of
lot
us
of fun,
didn't.
by the way.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to let Saphira and Bryn go into the museum.
All right.
Go.
And the rest of you are going to stay here in the city while they go and visit the museum.
Ooh.
All right, sir and madam, as you enter the museum, before you is a wizened gentleman with a long white beard and mustache with a large rune in the center of his forehead. He looks at you as he stands behind a marble table with a scroll up in front of it. He greets you warmly as if you were the first people he's seen in here today other than the guards. He smiles. Ah, visitors, welcome. We don't get very many people of the young type in here. Yes, come on in. Please sign in in the guest book. Yes, right here. That's right, yes. Please sign your names.
This is where it all goes down.
I will sign it with Anna Murphy.
Anna Murphy.
Mhm.
Is this a list of aliases?
Yes.
Gotcha. All right. I would like someone to keep track of these aliases. I'm hoping Jordan's doing so.
Oh, I have a whole list.
Okay.
That was number 25 on the list.
Gotcha. Bryn, how are you going to sign in?
Bryn watches Saphira to see if whether he's not expecting her to sign her own name. What was the name that Anna Murphy was the name? Bryn is gonna write down Bryn is gonna write down Preston Murphy.
Preston Murphy.
Oh.
Oh, yes, very nice. Brother and sister or a couple?
Brother and sister.
Adopted.
Adopted. Explains the horns. I understand. Not to be judgmental or anything. So, are you new to the Central Wall? Like anyone new comes here. But I haven't seen you here in the museum before.
We are.
What brings you in today?
We're just looking around. We've only been in the Central Wall for a day or two, and we thought it would be fun to check out the museum.
Really? New people? Oh, you hear that, boys? And the guards don't respond.
They didn't hear that.
They're new people. Oh, so wonderful. Where do you come from?
Nausea, just outside
That's
of
a
Nausea.
long
Hi,
way. What brings you all the way to the Central Wall?
Family business. Dad's doing some merchant work, and he said we're old enough to come along for the first time.
What is your father's name?
This guy has a lot of questions.
Is he
Darius.
someone that I would know the business of?
I'm not sure.
Oh, but we
Uh,
have such
normally-
historical documents here. I'm sure we would know his name.
Normally he doesn't make shipments out this far, but this time was an exception.
Oh,
But
what caused the exception?
particularly motivated buyer.
Oh, who was the buyer?
Oh, he didn't
What are
give
you
us a name.
selling?
He just we selling ingredients for potions, of course.
Oh, ingredients for potions. Oh, interesting. Where did you get the ingredients from?
Oh, our dad sources them from somewhere. I don't pay much attention to the business details.
Oh, that's such a shame. It would be beneficial for you as young people to learn your father's trade. After all, if he dies, what are you going to do for a living? Live off of
I
some damn trust fund?
ideally.
Slackers. At least
Well,
you've got an interest in the historical arts. Welcome to my
he
museum.
he's the more studious one anyway. But I love
You
I love
are?
learning. I love
Have you
learning
gone
new
to
things.
school?
But
And he just ignores Saphira completely now.
I'm gonna start at the Academy of Magic next year.
Oh, really? Which one?
AIM.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, I was
Ah,
really excited. That's not the
yeah, I'm
response I
sure you
expected.
were. Such an unaccredited school. So sorry, sir. Oh, now, here you go. For the first thing, welcome to the Museum of the Antiquities here in the Central Wall. I'm very proud of our exhibits. We have 7 primary exhibits here in the museum, all of which are vastly entertaining and very engaging. Um, and we usually have teams for this, but here you go, here you go. And he hands you each 7 pieces of paper, little slips of paper, all rolled up, little wax seal on top. Now, as you go through the museum, you're going to want to explore all of the exhibits and make sure that you take each of these little hints and solve the challenge of the museum. And when you're
Solve.
done, come back to me and we'll take care of it from there.
All
So,
right.
there you go. Have a wonderful time. Ignore the guards. They're mostly ornamental and ceremonial. They're here to prevent people from, using magics to thieve of items and antiquities from the museum. But such honorable children as yourselves would never do such a thing. So no
Of
doubts or
course
worries
not.
about that.
Of course not. I can't
Smart.
imagine someone would rob knowledge from other people.
Oh, it'd be a horrible thing. But someone did try it several years ago. And Bruno back there, oh, Bruno, he's kind of quick with his sword. He ran them clean through. It was quite artful. And this guard here salutes with his sword and puts it back at his side.
All right. I make a note to myself that Bruno's the one to look out for.
But
Okay?
but
We don't talk
but in
about
character,
Bruno.
We don't
I was trying to get there.
Jordan, I thought you were gonna get there first.
I heard him trying. I heard him try. I was like, I gotta get there. See, what you should have said is, hey, Bryn, when we talk to the others, we don't talk about Bruno. Anyway,
Yeah.
not that I had set that one up long ago. All right, so, all right, there you go. You can find your pieces of paper in the journal.
Okay.
Enjoy that.
All right. Okay. For the sake of inclusion. So that I guess, how do we want to play this? Because if there's actually a puzzle to be solved, I don't want the rest of the team to have to sit out. But at the same time, for the sake of realism,
Let's go.
You
let's
took
go
look
exploring.
overwhelmed. Maybe you should go out in the street and find some random people to bring in to the museum. Be sure you get a diverse collection of bodies, because the cultures represented within the museum are just as diverse as the people within the central wall.
Can
Tell
we
you
make
what,
an insight check?
I know you're
That's
hesitant, but
very
if you come
weird.
back, I will give you each a Turkish delight. If you can bring back a couple more visitors.
All right, I'm sure we
I'm
can.
sold.
I'm sure we can do that. Maybe some of our dad's sailors on the ship will be interested in coming with us.
What was your father's name again?
Darius.
I'm sorry.
Darius
what was
Murphy.
Darius?
Darius.
Oh, Darius Murphy. Oh, I'm apologizing. Yes, Darius Murphy, procurer of herbs and alchemical ingredients. Interesting. Well, nice to meet you. My name is Curator Magus Baykarth Ishrosh.
A pleasure to meet you, curator.
Can you write that down?
Just call me Magus. Would you guys like me to put that in chat for you? Here
Yes,
you
That would
go.
be very helpful. Thank you.
There you go. Curator Magus Baykarth Ishrosh.
Bless you.
All right.
Hey, well,
All
pleasure,
He
pleasure to make your
appears to
acquaintance.
be elvish, but there's some notes of some crossbreeding in there.
What does that mean?
All right. Well, hopefully
He's
we'll
not
be back soon.
100% elvish.
How would we know that though?
He has a
with
texture
either
to
person.
his skin that doesn't match elvish skin. It's more like a scaly texture, and it doesn't appear to be a skin disease.
Does he appear to have the same number of limbs that an elf would normally have?
You mean 4?
Yes.
Yes, he has 4 limbs.
He's a quadrupedal humanoid.
No
with
extra
swords and
limbs,
everything
so
clarified.
lame.
Except for the fact when you get to his arms, he technically has 4 arms, just like you and I do.
Oh, cute. Cute.
That's a dad joke for you. No, he appears to be elven, except for the fact that he has some scales on him, and that his eyes are slit pupiled.
Oh. Alright.
All right, so do you guys want to leave and go find some random strangers to bring in to the museum?
Yes, that sounds like a good plan.
All right.
All right.
Feel free to
we'll-
take the slips of paper with you. When you come back, I'll provide copies of those to whoever you bring with you.
Sounds good.
All right. And you guys walk out of the museum with 0 intel.
Hooray!
And I look at Damon, and I look at Ruzin, and the train wreck is in full effect.
On the bright side, those guards got some intel. So
Well, you know,
There
It's
was
not
some
a-
intel exchange.
we're just
Not a
we're
net
being
zero.
fair. You know, we fight fair.
The fun part is, from my perspective as a GM, you put Jordan and Walker in charge of going in and doing surreptitious shit.
fair enough.
They're like
Well-
not the people I would expect.
Like Jordan, but like
It was
Justin's
not meant
right,
to be
like, they-
surreptitious. You're supposed to just walk in. Why are you
Normal.
surreptitiously doing
Bryn, like,
anything?
Bryn does drug deals without batting an eye. Why can't he go into the museum?
We sent 2 charismatic characters to go in and say, hi, where's your shit?
There was one determined job.
Did you
And
even
where the
get
shirt
past
is.
the front desk?
Well, apparently the requirement for entry is you need to have 7 people of different races in your party, and we
No,
didn't have
you don't
that.
have to. It's just
Oh, don't worry.
encouraged because you guys looked out of your depth.
He's just
That's what we're
trying to
telling
sell
them.
make you guys sell tickets. Get the fuck back inside. Is anyone
wanna go
still
back
sitting
in?
outside?
Honestly, yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Now I
do
want
think
him to
Saphira would
find 7
probably want
dudes off
to,
the
like,
street.
I know.
Isaac and Coin
At least
are
take
presumably
a
the
little-
only.
Just
think-
a second. Let's Fear
Yeah.
talk. Go ahead.
I think Saphira would like at least take an initial look around, if only for the purpose of being able to show off that she knows about the
Okay.
place.
Sure. All right, then we will let you guys go ahead and do that as a couple, or a pair, I should say. All right. Oh, so you want to get some recon before you solve the puzzles before everybody else? I understand.
Recon? No, of course not. Not recon. I mean, technically, but we just want to.
You want to get a
I
leg
just want
up
to
on the
see.
competition.
Exactly. I like
I
winning,
understand.
especially against my brother over there.
Well, I mean, sibling rivalry is a real thing. Enjoy yourself. Have fun.
Well, thank you. If I have any questions, I will come over to you and ask.
Okay, thank you for doing so. I'll be right here. If you need me, just call for the curator, and I'll be right there.
Thank you very much.
Of course. And now I've got nobody to talk to.
There's still those guards that are ignoring you.
Yeah, if there were voices in my head.
Oh, what's that? That's a giant
What's
statue.
this on the left?
Oh, as you walk in, you guys hear a ding in this room. Cool.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
In which room?
The room you guys just stepped into.
Okay.
Okay. So, that's where we are. Got it. Okay. So, if there are 7 exhibits and there are 7, I'm talking loud enough that the guards could hear us. If there are 7 exhibits and 7 riddles, do you suppose that each of the exhibits corresponds to one of the riddles?
Oh, that makes sense. I see.
Hey, psst.
You see.
Which riddle is this
you
one?
see-
I'm looking at the guard. Which
You see that?
do you know which riddle is this room?
He turns to look at you, and you hear one word come out of his helmet. Pathetic.
Oh, well. All right, I guess we'll do it the hard way. Mother and her honored sons. There's a couple skulls, but this doesn't strike me as...
I bet it's the
Maybe.
ancient deity. It's big and
Ancient
powerful,
deity.
like
Oh,
a
number
deity.
5. I thirst for that which gave me power. Feed me. She's got their skulls. Do we have to give her skulls? I've only got one, and I quite like it where it is. Angel and fiend, their sight a beam. I mean, all right, we're gonna walk in a circle around this.
There's a green gem thing over here. It's like
Yeah. So
it's
reading.
it's almost like it's a floral pattern, a gem plant, if you will.
I'd like to investigate this, but in a manner appropriate to a museum visitor. I don't want to touch it if I obviously should not be touching it.
Okay.
You don't want to set
You
off the
see a
alarm.
green crystal on top of a pedestal.
Okay. Green
I'm gonna
crystal
look.
over pedestal. Is there any sign saying "do not touch" or similar? No. Okay.
Does it? And Preston, I see one that's kind of similar over this way. These are
All right.
curious things. Ooh, statues.
When you get there, this happens, and you hear ding.
Oh.
As you leave that room,
What?
Jim or Bryn, sorry, you hear dong.
Interesting.
Listen, that thing was not green.
Walk in a
When they were in
circle.
the other room. Preston, yeah, here. This thing right here. It was not green.
You sure?
I, I don't. I saw it with my own two eyes. My eyes, which never miss anything.
What about? Can we see this? The one from the other room? I'm gonna try and get a look without leaving this one. Nope, I can't see it. It's behind the.
You go. I'll stay. This is really cool. Bones. Bones are not. Break. Maybe loud.
Angel and Fiend. No Angel and Fiend. So there's four like. What do these things that are the four things in the corners? What do these look like from head on?
Lions.
Lions. Bones of metal, fangs, and claws within this room. What are the statues in the lions made out of?
Marble.
Okay. No metal in here. Maybe fangs and claws. Slucker, Thirst, and Wise Order from whence. Okay. Museum slip 3. Ooh, no, can you open
You
up?
hear
Please?
a tottering coming closer to you guys.
All right.
Your footsteps in the hall. Hey, are you all having fun figuring things out?
We are.
Good. Usually there's a lot more people in here. It's a shame. Anyway, have a wonderful time.
Oh, real quick, can you tell us
Yes.
about these crystals on the pedestal?
He smiles. I'm not supposed to.
Okay. Just
But,
rules.
they're involved with the exhibits and your captivation and understanding of the situations involved, and the exhibits represented here.
I see. Just museum rules. Are we allowed to touch them, or are we not supposed to?
Oh, by all means, everything in the museum can be touched.
Oh,
after all,
that's
how can you
good to know.
experience the exhibits without touching?
All right. With that, I'd like to walk around Saphira. I'd like to pick up one of the green crystals, or at least touch it, and then try and pick something up.
As you touch it, there's a very mild electric shock, just enough to dissuade you from doing so again. It's not anything that's going to hurt you, but it's like, rubbing your feet across the carpet and zapping yourself on a doorknob. Just like that. And the crystals appear to be attached to the pedestal.
I got zapped. The crystal just zapped me. Well,
that's unfortunate.
Ding!
Dong.
Dong!
All right.
So this one turned. Okay, so seems like they turn green when you enter, turn dark when you leave.
Oh, you're right. Good eye. I didn't notice that before.
Hey, my eyes don't miss anything.
To the bottom of the room and see if there's anything else. Yep, the room next room is a crystal too, and
there's the next room over there. I didn't
two
see
crystals
that.
down here. There's a big, some kind of enormous crossbow. I'm gonna be down here for a second.
Ding!
All right, looks like a scarab. This could be the 3 bones of metal, fangs and claws. We break the laws. Something must meet its doom.
I'm going to encourage you guys. You're going to need to get everyone in here in order to solve this.
Yeah, I don't want to have everybody else be bored while we. Yeah. Okay.
You guys can run around real quick and do a quick check around. Right. Feel free. And as you leave the room, these old you'll hear dong, and these will change, and then you're going to hear ding down there.
So there's a triangle-shaped obelisk outside in the courtyard.
And this changes to green.
Yep.
So whenever you guys enter a room, the
Yep.
crystals will be changing to green. Just you guys are moving so damn fast.
Yeah, sorry. I wanna get in and out quick so the rest of the group can rejoin us. This thing in here, it's hard to tell from the top down. It looks almost like a dog on its
It
haunches.
does look like a dog, and once you look closer at it, it looks to be a very large gnoll-like creature crossed with a dragon.
That's a strange mix. Okay. And then last room.
But it's a
is-
casting, not actually a skeleton. It's made out
Gotcha.
of brass.
Oh, bones of metal
Okay.
and fangs and some bones of metal, fangs and claws.
Okay. All right. There's a bunch of. Are these like tombs?
They are sarcophagi.
Like that's the word. Interesting. And then what is the guy in front of us? Looks like some kind of priest holding out his hands.
It is a priestess, a goddess.
Okay. Good to know. All right. And then last question, before we head out of character, does anything we've seen so far look like it could be the shard that we're seeking? At first
That's
glance.
up to your interpretation.
Gotcha. Oh, and then I have observed that there are maybe I'm not supposed to see this, but there's more of those crystals in the front lobby that appear to change color that tell the curator where we are. That's interesting. All right. All right. Yeah,
We're
I
supposed to
think
see that. Yes.
we're gonna need some more. We're gonna need some more help.
Yeah, I apologize. Usually the museum has more people in it, and it's easier to solve the riddles. I wish you
Oh,
the
that's
best of
okay.
luck
We
in
still have
finding
fun.
more of a touring company. But it was nice
We'll
to
be
meet
back,
you.
yeah.
What are your names again? Let me look this up
Am-
again here. Oh, yes. Amber, yes, Amber and Demetrius, right? Yes.
Demetrius is our dad. I'm Preston.
I'm sorry. Sorry, Preston. I got that all
Okay.
confused. It should all be here in the name. Oh, yes, it's here in the book, just like you said. Preston and Amber, yes.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll be back soon. Have a nice day.
Okay. Sure you don't want to stay? I could use some company.
I will. I will be right back.
I'd appreciate that. These guys are very boring. All right, and out you go to the city. You have no idea where the rest of the people in your party are. Congratulations.
Hey, where?
They told you they would be out here
where
in an hour. You guys have spent 40 minutes tops in the museum. All right. Coin and Isaac.
Where we gonna meet?
Yeah. Coin and Isaac, you guys are roaming around the city, and you told the people of the catacombs 3 hours.
Roughly, yeah.
Yeah, but we know that we told Brandon Zafira 1 hour as well.
All right, so you're going to go check in with them after an hour of looking around. What do you guys want to do for that 1 hour?
The idea is looking for either an alternative exit out of the city, or if we don't find that and we figure it out quick, I don't know if we figured out the fastest route to the main entrance from the museum.
Okay. Sure. You guys will make your way to the main gate. There are 2 ways out of the city. One is through the main gate, and the other is over the wall. And there's no slow way over the wall, if you know what I mean.
Coin says to Isaac, I can make it over. I don't know if anyone else can.
Ruzid can climb over.
I mean, and certainly Ruzid would certainly be able to facilitate others, but if we're still trying to do things stealthily by that point, who's to? Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not as sure.
Oh, it's out the window.
How tall?
There's
how
a
tall-
plan with stealth. I better not be involved.
The walls
how
are
tall did you
400
say?
feet high.
Also, what are the chances they kind of pow us down? You know,
I was gonna
make it
say
halfway
like,
up that.
that doesn't seem climbable just because I assume like we'll be seen and fired on.
Yeah, they could have people at the top of there waiting for us, for all I know.
You look up there, and there are archers patrolling up on top.
So that's not an option.
Cool.
Let's go find that main gate, huh?
Yep.
You guys find your way to the main gate. It's secured. There are 6 guards on the right-hand side, 6 guards on the left, and that same guard captain just talking to the guys because it's boring AF right there.
Bet.
Fair.
No.
They don't open
Coincidence.
the door all the time.
Coin's intentionally trying to not provoke their attention or conversation. He just gets within range of it, probably stops, looks at it, pulls out the map of the city. I don't think the map has the museum on it, but maybe he can use it to help relatively find the fastest route back to the museum.
Cool. You will figure out a very fast route, crossing minimal bottlenecks to get back to the museum.
I have a question, Eric.
Yes, sir.
This is the only part. Looking at the map, maybe I'm wrong about that. I'll pull up my map of Toivoa. Maybe I'm wrong about this, but looking at the map, it looks to me like there should be. I guess is the city in the central wall is inland. There's no.
Yes.
It's too far from the coast. It looks like it's hard to
Correct.
see. Okay. It looked like it
There's a
maybe was
there
narrow enough.
That is the line there is technically the wall. The city is in the center of the wall.
Sure, and I just wasn't okay. I'm not until I got zoomed in was I able to see. So there's no there's no route to. Yeah, I guess not. No, there's no roads. It seems like there's nothing. There's no quick and dirty like pick up 2 horses or 2 camels and just skip out in this direction.
You could try. You've never heard, as someone who's been to the Central World before, you've never heard of anyone trying to go to the coast in that direction, either north or south.
Okay, cool.
You guys came in from the west and crossed the desert to get here. And to the north of the gate, there's a series of cliffs, and to the south as well. So it's kind of difficult to reach the city part of the central wall. That's kind of intentional.
It's assuming we could even get out of the gate.
Well, yeah. But the wall technically does go all the way to the coast. If you could get there, the wall actually ends at the coast and is a breakwater with a lighthouse.
Here's a question. Is the whole wall... I mean, I know that's often the idea, but a lot of societies can't actually maintain it over the course of history. It's rare that this is actually maintained. Is the whole wall off patrolled? Like, clearly the parts of the wall that are in the city, but like up and down the rest of the way, are they also regularly patrolled? Okay.
Regularly patrolled and done so with chariots?
The bug people in the chariots?
Bug people in chariots.
Pulling the chariot.
No, Flinkali in chariots, pulled by manticores.
Jesus.
Okay.
Seems like a bit much.
That's a turducken nightmare.
There's a lot going on there.
That visual just ran right past me.
How often does this gate get attacked from the sea? They got chariots running around it.
Not often.
I can see why.
They're just waiting for the day that someone wants to attack them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we head back to the museum to find Bryn and Saphira.
Yep.
All right. I can put the graphic up if you guys want it of the catacombs or not. But as you guys go down into the catacombs, you guys find your way down there and make your way around. What are you looking for?
Well, I heard that ginormous tomato plants were grown down here.
Okay. So you're going to just start exploring?
So are we shopping for produce, or are we looking for a pass to the museum?
Well, one of those things we're doing openly, and the other one we're doing subtly.
I don't know the
Here for the
difference.
tomatoes. I don't know what she's talking about.
There is no subtlety.
Okay.
How long are you guys going to spend exploring down here?
Until someone makes me leave.
How
Other
close
than
were we to
the
the museum? Like when we went down, how close were we?
You guys were probably, let's say half a mile away.
cool, so we'll head towards the museum as best we can.
Okay. Do you guys have a way to track where you're going down here?
Are there people down here?
You haven't seen any.
I guess I just want to follow my nose and my ears and find some people.
Okay. Roll a perception check. This is going to be exceedingly high because they're not right here near the surface.
There be no people. Perception.
Okay. So as you will follow the sounds of people, you'll make your way along towards the direction of the museum, and you will hear people. And as you get closer, you realize that the voices are coming around through little sections near the ceiling. Like right up in here, this little section here, this gap area that's up at the top. This is where you hear the voices from.
What are they saying?
People just wandering around doing everyday business on the streets as you guys are in the storm drains.
And all these
So the
bodies
voices
are
you're
in the
hearing.
storm drains also?
Yeah, well, they line the walls.
Is there something stopping them from getting washed away?
Yes, there is a mortar that is placed between the bones.
Pretty cool.
Someone had to build this. It
Yes.
seems like your style, Tati.
It is. It for sure is.
Are you going to be able to speak to each one of them? Might take a few eons.
Speak? Oh, you mean with the mask? None of these people are... I don't even think they're fully constituted here. Like I think there's just a bunch of hip bones over here.
You look at them, and they have the different bones make up different segments of the walls. You will find an entire section that is hips, another section that is femurs. You'll find lines of skulls, like down here. You'll find kneecaps in another section, and the bones are situated so that they interlock together pretty well without as much mortar as you would expect. It's definitely an art form that has been perfected down here. As you guys are going along, you will find that you are mostly treading on fingers and toes.
Crystal does not look at her feet. I'm just not gonna look. I just
with like a haphazard remembrance that we're still trying to get into the museum.
Sure.
Can we do like a look around? I want to go deeper, but I also want to just check that. Is there a way that leads in or up or under the museum?
It leads right next to the museum. You guys can actually get probably, yeah, I figure you could probably get directly into the museum. There's probably a storm drain that goes right next to it. Sure.
Nothing that like move a tile over, pop up inside one of the exhibits. That's not an option.
Not that extreme.
Should have brought Suki.
We should have brought Suki. It's like a mole.
He knows about hanging out under floorboards.
But
yeah, you guys want to try to go deeper?
Can I get? Oh, well, with an 18 perception, we'll give you this. Several of the skulls have been thread painted like your masks, but directly on the skulls.
Oh, is there
like not any pattern to them, but one here, one over there, etc.
Is there any way to identify how old these guys are?
Yeah, there is. I need you to roll. What would that be? Let's do a history check.
Sure.
Ooh, yeah. The bones in here range from anywhere from 50 years all the way up to 7,000 years.
Oh wow. Some of these are holding up a lot better than you would expect.
Indeed.
Are they? They're not all human, I'm guessing.
No. Varied species throughout. In fact, you'll find ones that look human but have slightly elongated features, kind of like a centaur.
So,
You'll find plain collie heads. You'll find all sorts of people down here.
so there are centaurs down here.
Yes.
I wonder
we
where
Go
these
lower.
skeletons are even from. Like, is it just the people who've died down here? People above ground deciding to put their... I doubt that that doesn't make sense.
Somebody's clearly been charged to take care of them at one point, and probably continually. We should find that person.
It's to display callous enough. Something like my mother. My mother would enjoy something like this.
Callus.
Yes, she would. Absolutely, she would.
Crystal looks at Ruzin like, what?
She didn't kill me because I was strong.
She what?
Killed you?
No, she didn't.
Oh, sorry. The emphasis was got it. She didn't kill you because you were strong.
That's something you normally had to worry about?
Well, dragons are fickle. Let's leave it at that.
So can we try to go lower, deeper?
Sure.
Are there paths?
Radio paths. You're going to find lots of T intersections and, paths going down and slopes and all sorts of different tunnels all over the place. You can easily get lost down here.
Tati, we should not get lost down here.
I mean, it'd be kind of fun.
I was thinking
Be like
something
an
very
adventure.
similar but totally different.
So that storm drain that kind of popped out near the museum, we should check that out.
Okay. Based off of where you guys could see out of it, you could actually see out the storm drain slope and see the little shop with the animatronic. The little laser beams of glass rods are moving around.
So that's not the museum.
Maybe we need a guide.
Mike, you want to
To
get
go
one of the
lower, I mean,
locals?
to go deeper, I mean, we need a guide. Or someone that could speak to what these catacombs are. Should we go back up?
Yep, absolutely.
I mean, if you want to stay down, I'm also good for.
This whole place is just kind of confusing to me.
Crystal's currently like this. She's like, I think I could go.
So you guys head back upstairs, and you'll find, I assume, Isaac, Coin, Saphira, and Bryn waiting for you.
Presumably, yeah.
Just all at the entryway.
Wow, that was so fast. What'd you guys find out?
We were just
in 3 hours.
hearing about this.
No sign of the shard yet. We did a quick lap through the museum, and they gave us these handouts, and I present the 7 scrolls of parchment, and I say we're supposed to solve these 7 riddles.
You left
I'm
the
not
museum
exactly sure.
with homework?
Yeah.
That's
The
what I was
guy
gonna say.
really, well, I said there's
museum
usually
like?
more people there, and he really wanted us to come back with more people. I don't think that Saphira and I are going to be able to figure out where the shard is on our own. I think we all need to go in as a group.
There weren't like labels.
Wait, what? They're asking you to figure out the what?
Look,
Can you
we went
explain a little bit more what the museum is like? Like are the
It
artifacts
matches-
there
It
labeled?
matches the map. There's no labels on anything. None of them
Right.
are the shard. And there's 7 rooms and these 7, riddles. And the guy implied that we would need way more people to be in the museum in order to solve these riddles.
Wait,
So,
so with the riddles,
Okay.
he wouldn't just tell you where the shard is? Like, isn't that the whole point of a museum, that you go to like see the cool thing that's there?
we were hesitant to just straight up tell them why we were there, lest we attract suspicion
so
later.
you were-
The guy asked us. Oh, by the way, we had to give alternate identities for ourselves, and they wrote down the visitors. The guy asked us a ton of questions, so we didn't want to get too much into it. If we all go
Cool.
in,
So what were your alternate identities, real quick?
siblings
Anna Murphy.
and Preston
Anna
Murphy.
Anna
Anna
and Dimitri. Anna and Preston. Interesting.
Yeah,
Right.
and our
And-
father is Demetrius.
I mean,
Darius.
couldn't you have said that you just
Um,
heard
Oh,
you just
I'm
heard of
glad
the
we-
shard from outside the city and you wanted to see it? Isn't that not so suspicious?
Well, I mean, maybe we don't really know anything about the shard besides that it's a UNT artifact.
Hey,
and
we just
UNT
assumed it
are-
would be in plain view.
There
Yeah.
wasn't like a tidily dressed woman with an orange triangle flag that would just tell you about all the exhibits.
There was the one curator and then a ton of guards. Look, if one of you wants to go in and ask about the shard by name, like, go for it. But I have a feeling that's a one-way ticket to getting locked up in this town.
Locked up.
Wait, you think it's
I
you think it's like in a back
than
room or
we can
something?
escape.
Is it like the shard that can't be named? Are we gonna curse the shard's name?
So, I guess separate from asking you questions you probably won't know the answer to, what I guess I would observe here is that it does not seem like if finding the shard requires solving these puzzles, then it cannot be done discreetly.
Seems like it.
Then-
Like, right?
Then
I
we
mean,
all. Then I say we all go in. We try to solve the puzzles. But also we probably pretend that we didn't know each other beforehand.
Well,
We might be
yeah.
giving up. We might be forfeiting our identities ahead of the heist. But if it's the only way we can safely break this first doorway through to it, it might be a necessary step.
Yeah.
What if
we
we
might-
all
Here's
went
the-
in as gnomes?
Well, that's what we should do when we actually
we're a-
pull it off. If
Say we're a family.
Here's a plan that I propose. I propose that we all go in together, with as ourselves, except for Saphira and I should keep our identities. We just say that we went to various like taverns or other public meeting places and asked around for people who were interested in going to museums, and we solve the riddles. We figure out where the shard is, but we don't steal it, and then once we know where it is, we can come back as the gnomes, possibly at night, and then we solve the riddle again when we already know the answer.
Wait, so
and
there's gonna
then-
be 7 cursors' names in the
well, yeah.
museum?
Names?
I
What are you
mean-
talking about? Names?
No, curse his name. I can't say it.
Oh,
I mean, yeah. Or isn't that?
that's
wasn't
we do
that
it
the plan?
twice.
Is
That we
that-
do it once here in the museum, and that we break in later tonight using those disguises and do it again.
unless it looks really easy to take it when we are there.
Yeah, if it looks really easy, then we should just do it.
I'm
Given
be
the
an
level of
opportunity to
security,
make a distraction
I
if we
think just
find it now.
taking it once we're gonna have a hot exit when we take this thing. So if there's any chance
Oh,
at all,
no, we
we're gonna
can't have a
take
hot
this-
exit because
We
we still have to
have
get through the
no-
door.
Plan to hot exit from the museum door to the main gate. None.
Well, we could do a hot
there's-
exit if one of you knows how to cast fly.
To remember, there's still a desert that we need water to cross.
I mean,
Getting out of here isn't the only priority. Getting out of the desert, also a priority.
but I mean, don't we
You're
don't we
thinking
have the
so far
supplies?
ahead.
No, we need to buy more water.
Well, then
we're
why don't we buy supplies beforehand or something, and then before the
Yeah,
hike,
we
if we're
can,
planning
we
to
probably
run,
will. I think Coin was just pointing out that like
We
there are a
could-
lot of concerns, and that but when we make it past the main gate, we're not in the clear.
Also, little reminder, skeleton tornadoes. So, food for thought.
Why
well,
would
like
we have to leave the city as soon as we steal it? Wouldn't they
I
be
mean-
looking for us to leave?
I think the catacombs
Oh,
might be
they-
the way. I think we might need to try and find a way out that is underground.
Definitely.
There has to be a way out of here that's not
Definitely.
through the main gate.
I don't suppose the wagon's gonna fit in the bag of holding, right?
We might have to leave the wagon and just say that it was destroyed and pay for it.
Damn it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
it's a cost of business.
Also,
It's
Yeah.
around there.
when we go into this museum, we should not all know each other. We should pair off, and you should pretend like you just saw us
Brent,
on the
roll a
street.
history
and to
check. Gotta
come
be a
in.
5.
Wait, so are we wearing the masks now or not?
No.
So,
No, of
Brent,
course
can I get
not.
history 5?
Yeah, history 5,
In at
don't worry.
nighttime.
Wait, who are you with?
Okay, Bryn, you will recall that when you entered the city, the captain of the guard checked your names
Yep.
and the fact that you guys had a wagon
Yeah.
and the wagon. You guys were coming.
Or you
So-
were cutting in and out a little bit there, Eric.
I'm sorry, he knew that you guys were coming. So he had an itinerary of who was arriving with what possessions. So you can infer that he's in communications with the port. So lying about the wagon being destroyed would have to happen. The wagon would have to be destroyed within the central wall because they know that the wagon arrived.
Well, but wouldn't
Yeah,
they care
they
either
get
way if we
destroyed
pay
anyway.
for the wagon? Like, even
Yeah,
if the wagon is
that's-
lost.
That's up to you guys.
That's
Yeah,
true.
we can just say a wheel broke and we didn't have the time or inclination to get it
yeah,
fixed.
We could just straight up bust out. I mean, like once we
I
get
really
to the,
don't think we
I
can
can't.
bust
No,
out.
really
I mean,
don't.
I think we
I
can
mean,
bust
of
out. Here's the plan.
I mean of the port. At the port, if we sneak out through the
Oh.
catacombs and then go back through the desert and get to the port, we can
mean,
just
yeah.
say, "Oh yeah,
I'm not as worried
we
about the
stole
port.
this shard and we're leaving. Oh, by the way, we broke your wagon. Get
What if we
fucked."
just
And then
fly
that's-
out?
That's
This
Fly
is a
out
fourth
to the
foot
ship
wall.
at the port.
No,
None of
fly
us
out
can-
over the wall.
none of us.
They
can
have
fly
guards
through.
up
You can
there.
fly.
Buy a scroll of
have-
flight.
Archers, so many archers.
Scroll
up
There's
there.
so many
So
archers.
many arrows.
Yes,
Rose.
can,
Buy a scroll of
Can I-
flight. Everyone gets on
Can I-
Riz's back, and we fly away to victory.
How
That's
many
the plan.
arrows do you think you could tank?
A lot, actually, a lot.
How
Rizzy,
many is a lot?
like, I don't know. What's the archers to hit? I don't know. That's a
Remember
good
when-
question.
Bryn tanked all those arrows.
If I get, like the displacement up or whatever,
It-
disadvantage on
it's at
attacks.
7 rounds, though, probably of shots on you to get all the way. Like that's probably.
If I
7
have
rounds.
if I have displacement up, which gives disadvantage on attacks, and I also have like haste, and we have flight, and then I also activate like all the things, I think we could pull it off.
That
But
is a
that's
really
my take.
funny
I think
idea.
the archers are numbered in the dozens. Not.
I mean,
like,
even so, if they have disadvantage to hit me, and their only way of hitting me is a critical strike, then they're probably still not going to be able to take me out in 7
I
rounds.
also
So
have,
always.
I have a staff of healing now. I can give so many hit points back. Yeah, I mean,
Would this be
that's
funny?
actually-
It would be funny.
it would be
That would be
really
fun
funny.
either way. Out of character.
That
Alright,
would be
let's
extremely
use
fun.
Our
Plan,
TPK as we
like-
fell out of the sky.
Plan
That's what
Omega.
That's what feather
Plan
fall is for.
Omega.
Plan Omega is we give the shard to Ruzid, tell him good luck, and the rest of us calmly leave the city.
Agreed.
How, guys, we can't-
Distraction.
how are we going to leave the city? We just go to the guard and said, "Oh yeah, we lost our wagon and one of our party members."
He
Can
wanted
we-
to stay in
happens.
the
Alright,
city. Nobody.
Everybody
Obvious.
says,
Oh,
Obviously,
saying
it's
things
because it
happen.
went rogue.
that's a good
And-
point. Yeah, we
and
could just
depend-
if he
dependence
wanted to
on-
stay.
Also, he
Wait,
turned
wait.
into a flying dragon. We didn't know he did that.
Yeah, that's new.
We really think you should shoot him down. Good luck with that.
Look,
We out.
Hang on.
You should
There's
do
maybe
that.
something. There's maybe something to part of this. If they see Ruzid in his ginormous form causing trouble, they don't expect that he also has a tiny form that can slip through a manhole very quickly and easily. And so I wonder if not giving Ruzid the shard, we would have the shard, and we would. So most of us, or all of us,
Distraction.
would calmly leave town.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. During which Ruzid
Ruzid.
takes out a couple of buildings King Kong style, and by the time people start running, he
We turned
runs out,
Lizard into Godzilla.
runs out,
I'm so getting
And
taken
they're
out and arrested after that.
That's-
look, they're probably expecting a lot out of it, right? But what they're probably not expecting is that he jumps into an alley, becomes 2 feet tall, and drops into a manhole.
Wait,
True.
what if I have a potion of invisibility, I could drop in one round, drop the form and drink a potion of invisibility and just
I think
disappear.
any
Literally what I was
competent
saying is
guard
follow-up,
in
yeah.
A lot of
any
faith in that
competent guard
turn
in this
order.
universe is going to be able to see
It's
through
not turn order, it's
invisibility.
all in one turn.
Let's let Ruzid keep working on Plan Omega and hope we never get anywhere close to
Plan
it.
Omega.
But if we do, it's better than I thought. I don't know. It's not,
Okay,
it's not
yeah.
bad.
All right.
It's a plan.
Let's
Way
down
let's
at the
start
bottom.
by
Could
just
lean into
checking
the
out.
chaos.
Let's start by checking out the museum. We have no idea what the situation is with the shard in there. Let's start figuring out how to locate the shard and then come up with a plan to smuggle it
Plan
out of the city.
Omega.
Yeah, maybe they're just giving it away as prizes. Let's hope for that one.
I mean, yeah,
Give
there
away
should
the
be
shard
some
as a
insane
prize.
situation where we walk in and they say, "Oh, by the way, we need someone to smuggle this out of the city. Can you do that for us?" Like it's not a realistic possibility, but it is. We don't know that it's not going to happen unless we try.
Oh,
Do you think that we should
I
make
did get
some-
a smuggling contract that way once. Paid
Wait.
well.
I do think
We're
we should make some allies in the catacombs. We
Agreed.
didn't
gonna
actually
say-
meet anyone when we went down there, but certainly people are down there. We
was
we
gonna
should find
say,
some
we're-
of them.
Talking about this main gate a lot. 3 of you went to the catacombs. What did you see?
Apparently, no one is there. It
Well, they
seems like
are.
maybe they might be deeper than we went, but it also seemed like we would get lost if we went too deep without a guide. So
we
we
could go back to the tomato man at the farmer's market.
maybe he would give us a tour.
You think there's a janitor? Some guy goes down there with a broom and just pushes everything further, you know?
So we should check out the
exactly.
museum together now. Is
I-
that step 1 to all of the plans?
I
So
think it is.
catacomb is risky. That's a risky exit there. It's an option,
Well-
but
I think before we conduct a heist, we should make an attempt to make some friends there.
I agree.
or anything. Are we going into this? It seems necessary? We got to go in here and stop this thing before anything else. It's not like we're pulling out the heist yet, so we could safely gather that intel and go back to discuss our plan afterwards. Once we know for
Yeah.
sure we can get this.
The
I'm
only
excited to meet the Murphy siblings.
I think you're mostly correct there, Coin. My only concern is that, to Saphira's point, there might be just an opportunity that presents itself, and if there is, and we go now, we won't really be able to take advantage of it because we won't really have a way out yet. So that's the only risk. Otherwise, I agree with you. That's the only risk I see. I think it's pretty small, but that's Otherwise, I agree.
Never,
I think
never
that's
say
the plan
never.
less
That's
plan.
I mean, I named myself Saphira because I stole a sapphire in broad daylight. So again, never say never.
I believe in Saphira.
So, if a situation happens where we can get away with this in the next however many hours, let's say we go in there, opportunity presents itself, we have a shard. Our first concern, if nothing else, we need to make sure we have water just to keep the skeletons from eating us up before we get to the ship. So we should probably go prep our supplies, then we can go to the museum.
Sounds fair to me.
I suppose we could go get water now, but again, I don't think we're going to be taking the shard on our first trip to the museum.
I don't expect it either, but better safe than
All right.
sorry.
Fair enough. Let's go get stock up on water, and then we can come up with an excuse for having met a bunch of strangers that are coming back to the museum with us.
Yeah,
Or just
also,
different races.
you'd be going back in really fast with like 5 random people.
That makes
Spend a
sense
little
if we were
time.
just on the
Just-
street, though.
I mean, the inn we were staying at. I mean, I feel like I could literally go in there and ask 5 random people to join you on a museum tour, and you'd get 10. So it's
We should ask
quite
some more
We should
people from
ask
there.
5 random people.
Yeah,
That's not a
let's
bad
do it.
idea.
Come on,
They
Jordan, you've
probably
been
know this
canvassing.
stuff better.
Let's just say it's a field trip and bring everybody from the inn to the museum. They'll never see it coming.
That's actually a really good idea because the more people are in there, the more chaotic it is, the more opportunity we can slip out unnoticed because there's
Also,
30 people running around.
It occurs to me we could just ask if anybody else knows the solution to the riddle, and they could just tell us.
Maybe
Yeah.
they went to the museum on their school trip.
Exactly.
What if we try to like host an event at the museum and just invite as many people as possible?
I'm sure that museum guy would be really happy about that.
Exactly.
Black tie event.
he needs a lot of friends.
This has
We'll get
national
started on the
security
flyers.
all over
We
it.
can work on a new exhibit.
All right, so what's the plan for right now?
Plan Omega?
I actually
No.
really like the idea of flooding the museum with people, personally.
All right,
Yeah,
let's
I'm
do
down.
it.
In formal attire.
What if I made some what's the word? Some posters just saying there's an event going on at the museum. Put them all over the city. I only have like 10 pieces of paper, but maybe a couple extra people walk in. Coin's thinking about what he would write because he doesn't want to say something that would like immediately arouse suspicion of like.
Isaac could
The-
make garlic bread. Say free garlic bread.
Real?
Brain could cook.
Do you guys still have all that food
think
stuff?
I mean,
Yeah.
we certainly have
Hey,
supplies,
oh,
but
yeah,
like
we've
there
got-
isn't an
we've got
oven. Like I don't have like an oven around. Like we don't I don't know where we do stuff.
We
But
have magic.
I mean, isn't like the outdoors an oven here?
girl, you give me that garlic bread spell, I will learn it. Okay. I will memorize that.
Bryn, have you been working on that stuff? Doesn't magic just like come to you? Haven't you been thinking about cooking lately? So wouldn't like the cooking magic come to you? No?
I'm sorry, I don't have cooking magic. I mean, sometimes I use fire
What level
magic.
spell is garlic bread?
Uh,
It's a level
Gonna
10
be like
spell.
first level.
Sorry.
Yeah, garlic bread, guys. Here, how you do half a stick of butter, one microwave for 45 seconds.
Well, the question is
No.
microwave a cantrip?
Microwave.
You don't want me
Kinda.
to have that cantrip. You don't
If
want
cast
me to have that
microwave on your
cantrip.
brain, please make a DC.
Did you ever see the Gremlins?
Mhm.
Did you ever see Gremlins? No? That was a wonderful set of movies. They microwave a gremlin and it explodes.
Ew.
Jesus,
Pretty good tactic, though.
it's kind of hard.
Well, I mean, Bryn makes people's heads explode, so honestly, maybe that is
Let's
the
do that.
microwave spell.
that's
Oh.
not canon. That's Eric just having fun with the lore. That's psychic scream
Oh.
makes people's heads explode.
Oh, I definitely Well, okay, sure, that's fine.
Isaac's like,
what you don't know doesn't hurt you, Walker.
I think that's just Bryn putting his fingers in his ears.
What-
He's like, I didn't make anyone's head explode. That didn't happen. It's like,
Yeah,
we saw it though. Like, we cleaned up the brain matter.
The Nile is not just a river in Egypt.
Hey, Eric,
Yes, sir.
the place where we did the live debate and the coin tricks
Yes.
and all that, how, based on our activity there, how active has the place been? Like, how many people are kind of in there?
When you were there were 10 people other than you guys there. When you guys woke up, there were like 2 or 3 left. It's very much a boho place where people hang out to sleep and hang out for the party, and then they go about their business during the day because nobody has a lot of money.
Here, it's the hookah bar.
Hmm.
All right.
Hookah bar and busking station.
So based on that knowledge, if there's only a few people, Coin will probably say, like, if we're gonna try and get people there, our options are limited. We're just gonna flag people down randomly and invite them.
Well, if we just
I
befriend
And
some
the-
people there, they
and-
might be able to open doors for us. Downstairs doors.
I mean, we didn't really explore down there very much. Maybe we could try to explore for an actual route out of the city.
Based on how everyone up here talks about down there, how many of them are willing to go down there to help someone go down there or trust someone who wants to go down there?
What do you expect if you gave them money?
What about the owner of that shop with the beholder and stuff? Like, didn't they say that there was something going on?
They said they wanted to stay out of trouble.
Uh,
They didn't even want us
Back
talking
then.
about a certain shard.
well, they said like they I think they said their store was like a front or something. Like
I thought they
implied
just
it.
blew. I thought they just had bad business practices. I thought they blew all their money on the big lightning thing. I don't remember a front.
What store were you guys in?
It's like a little rinky-dink magic shop.
It was pretty rinky dink.
But I got a nice cloak out of it, so not too bad.
I did get this, and Rizid used their bonus action to cause the cloak of billowing to billow.
It billows and it hits Coin in the face.
The best kind of billowing.
Isn't that just the best?
He just looks at you, squinting angrily.
What? Best 25 gold pieces I spent.
It continues to billow for 6 seconds.
I don't think we should go back there. You might make it billow twice.
Rizid makes it billow again.
Coin steps
It
back.
billows for another 6 seconds. You pull off a reasonable approximation of Marilyn Monroe in New York.
No,
I'm
Alright.
assuming we're on our way to find a water source or water skins
Okay.
or something to refill the ones we have at least.
You guys have water skins, you have your backpack and your bucket, etc. And you look around, it's at this point you guys realize you haven't seen any wells in town.
Maybe that's why no one.
The only
leaves.
water supply that you guys have seen was a small basin in the tavern where you guys stayed.
Yeah, they
And
filled
that
up the
basin was
stone
attached
soup
to-
somehow.
We
Yep.
might have to rely on Crystal creating water.
What?
That's not a bad plan. I mean, Crystal could make a ton of water.
Well, we're gonna want to stockpile some, so we're not making it on the spot in the desert.
Can we just take it from the motel or from the place we're staying?
We can fill what we got, but we still
Get
need
from
more
the
water
Motel Ice
skins.
machine, is that what you're saying?
Hmm?
Fill the cooler from the Motel Ice machine, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, 100%.
I've never done that
Coin's
before.
right.
Never.
Coin's right. We have to at least buy a handful of additional water skins. Is there somewhere we can do that?
You guys can go over to the shop and she sells water skins.
And so we do.
Which
Okay.
shop is that?
Clinkle Mopries, magic.
I have it
You guys
written
walk
down
in?
that Bryn has a date with her.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Yep. Tonight.
Take her
You
to the
scouted
museum.
out Get her to solve all the
Take her to
puzzles
the
for you.
museum.
Oh yeah, hey, a heist is a good date idea. We should just bring her along. We should get her an extra mustache and be like, tag along, girl. You're in
Saphira,
it
get
now.
your cat woman and go
I
to
think-
go take her on the date.
I think we have an extra
I-
mustache already.
We do.
We
Yeah.
bought 10 of them.
Crystal.
Huh?
Would that make her a cat burglar?
Yes, got that one.
I like it.
So, as you guys walk into Klinkle's shop, the beholder beams all turn in your direction and wiggle around. And you hear a voice from within the beholder. It's not date time yet. What are you guys doing back?
We actually have a few extra purchases that we totally blanked on.
Oh, okay. And she comes down out of the animatronic beholder on her little rope ladder, comes down. All right. What do you need?
We need water skins, and if you have any
Okay.
like extra large sized ones, that'd be great.
Extra. What? Okay, fine. Extra large water skins. No, I don't have extra large water skins. Skins are usually made out of the bladder of an animal. I don't exactly get extra large ones. We don't practice foie gras on animals in order
Probably
to make
find a
water
bigger
skins.
animal.
She glares at you. You're right, that would work. I wish I had thought of that.
It's a free idea right there for you.
She rolls her eyes at you.
Any with like a real narrow opening. It might like
She-
shoot water real far away.
She looks at you. You're weird. Spray your water all over something.
It's part of the
I'm thinking like at
performance.
least 10 or 15 feet back is my goal.
It's part of the performance, like with the mustaches.
Oh. Neck mustaches. Curse his name.
Curse his
Curse
name.
his name.
It's like water
Curse
works.
his name.
Who are we cursing? Crystal wasn't here for the original.
We're not
do you
at his
remember the
name, so I guess
merchants
you'll
we
never know.
met?
It's like I have a few guys that I could curse their name.
Oin
Uh-huh.
looks at Crystal and just says, "Polka dot shop."
Really? She climbs up on a counter to get on eye level with you. Sits down. Chris transaction about the water skins. Do tell, sister.
Well,
Oh, man.
there was Jerome who was from back in school, but he ended up ditching me because he said that he had to go home because his mom was sick or something, but we all knew that was a lie. And then there was that one guy that, well, I guess we don't have to curse his name. It was fine. It was fine. And then she's gonna keep talking. So Crystal just keeps talking.
He's
Coin's
got
in the
a long
background,
list.
pointing at the water skins, holding the money up, like increasingly hurriedly, doing hand motions. Pay.
And you'll be impatient while she totally ignores your existence, while Crystal goes on and on for, 10 minutes?
Sure, yeah. She could go as long as you need.
So many
Okay.
curses to be had.
Can I get you to roll 1d60, Crystal?
Finish
Oh,
it before the
God.
hour's up.
How do I do it with what is it?
In roll 20,
they don't
do
have a D4.
slash, roll, space, 1 0. Awesome.
Oh,
58 minutes later, you will get done.
Damn.
Everyone take a short rest.
Yeah.
wow.
Coin is on the ground, looking straight up at the ceiling. The lights occasionally hit him. The lights occasionally hit his head, and he doesn't even react.
Ladies and gentlemen,
All
we
right.
all remember that day where our mom saw her friend shopping and chatted for the rest of the day.
And I'm gonna do exactly like I did then and continue shopping and ignoring that. So in
Oh,
addition
man.
to Coin's supply of water skins, I want to add some more block and tackle because I don't
Okay.
trust downstairs.
Okay.
And let me just double check my inventory. Saphira, do you carry thieves' tools? I say in thieves' can't.
Hang on, let me actually my
Twinkle
inventory.
will catch you
Of
doing
course.
that and will sign over to you. I have those in the back.
Okay, good. And actually, near those, I expect I can also find some mundane disguises,
Yes.
like costumes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Interestingly, there's a series of costumes, and they all have a little logo on them. It's really interesting. It's got a bunny. It's got a teal bunny as the label.
Well, these are kind of my style, actually. Like they were made for someone my size.
They look like they're made for someone your size who really likes getting sunburned.
It's a little gaudy, though. Any of the... Oh, I found one. This one's all belts.
Yep, all belts with buckles, all chromed buckles. All
Is
right.
Tati like showing us this, or is she just in a changing room?
No, you're having a conversation.
You're having a conversation with Twinkle.
And I've decided to go browse and pick up some more stuff and add to the shopping list.
All right. So, you guys can buy the water skins. The water skins, I believe, are 1 gold each. So, how many do you want to buy, Coin?
Coin's gonna count for 1 for everyone. How many Tati already has, and how many. I don't know if he has a clear memory of how many were burned on the skeletons. He's also keeping in mind that he doesn't have to throw them in. So let's say maybe. How many does Tati have? 4?
I have sorry. I think the answer is 3.
Okay.
Bryn's
thought I
got
had
3
more,
as
but
well.
I think I might have given some away.
Yeah, Crystal has 3.
Say maybe
2.
10.
Okay.
Water skins. I think I have 2 left.
All right. She will sell you 10 water skins for 10 gold pieces.
Cool.
You buy a block and tackle, and how many disguises?
Making a list so you can see.
Okay, thank you.
What did I say?
You have a all belts disguise that
No,
does have a
before that-
couple of
Oh, I
key
remember.
bits of fabric or extra wide belts in certain areas. It's going to make you look kind of like a cross between a goth and Lady Gaga gone crazy.
Delicious. Yeah. Would you think that a disguise kit would include a mirror?
No.
Okay. Weirdly, the Thieves' Tools does.
These tools.
Who made this goddamn list of inventory? Okay, I don't think I'm carrying Thieves' Tools, so I'm
Y'all
adding it
did.
to the list. That's some bullshit.
Okay.
All right, there we go.
All right. Cool. So I believe tools, but these tools, I believe, are 10 gold, something like that.
Block
Thieves
and
tools
tackle.
are here. 25 golds for thieves tools. So for everything, she's going to charge you 30 gold.
Okay.
All right. And she looks over at Bryn. I'm still down for that date tonight, and don't you be late.
Looking forward to it.
Bryn would
You
rather
stand
like
me up,
escape.
and I'm going to curse your name.
I
Oh no,
I
he's
have
one of the
no-
good ones.
She turns to you. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
tried them out.
We haven't done any. Crystal gets really flustered.
He leans
Abby, what are
in.
you lying
How
over there?
good is he?
What did you say?
How good is he?
No, like we're not together. We're not like that. Well, I don't know. No, we're not like. It's not like that.
You're making it
Oh,
worse.
really?
Maybe you wanted it to
What's
be
it like then?
Very platonic.
You just spoke for an hour on this subject. Let's not falter
Right.
here.
I've spoken too much about myself. How about we talk about you?
We're not talking about you. We're talking about him.
Bryn's ready to endorse Plan Omega just to not go on the date.
Well, I guess I'll find out for myself. Sometimes surprises could be fun. All right. Well, y'all have fun doing whatever you're going to do for the next couple hours. Make sure he gets a bath.
Ruzid goes up to.
Where would we get a bath, by the way? Like a big pool.
Oh, the water
where-
shop. The water shop.
Where's that?
It's 3 doors down. They've got a fountain out there. It's private though. You have to pay to access it.
Is there a place you would recommend for socializing with the locals?
No.
Oh wow.
Is that because there are no places like that, or
Socialization
because
isn't... No, there are places like that. You just don't want to.
Why not?
are the people
Because
not
they
friendly
don't want
here?
to socialize with you. Oh no, people here in the Central Wall are very private.
They're not fun.
Unless you are doing something for political outing, generally doing something on official channels, people don't hang out very much. Kind of nice to have people come in and talk to me for an hour. It's kind of rare. Tell you
No,
what,
like-
next time you come in, I should give you a discount. Just you though.
Hey.
He's talking to you.
Oh, I thought you were talking to Tati.
No, you talked to her for an hour.
Ruzid goes up to Bryn and like pulls on their like pants or whatever to get them to lean down. He's trying to whisper to them.
Yeah. What's up?
So, how are you feeling about Plan Omega now? Because you're gonna have to go on that date otherwise.
It's looking better.
Good. Now try to convince the others. You're persuasive.
Right.
And then Ruzid will stop whispering to them.
She's got a thieves' cant to Tati. What's Plan Omega?
Send back a super cool dance party.
She signs back, as long as it doesn't affect my shop, okay.
Wow.
May or
that's
may
really-
not.
For someone with a disco ball in the middle of their store, is not the response I expected.
This
All
town
right.
is kind of a bummer all over, I gotta say.
Oh.
So, what do you guys want to do as you leave Klinkle's shop?
I think we need to go to the water shop.
The water shop?
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Water
Are these water skins
Couple
filled?
doors down. You guys walk down a large ogre on either side of a fountain. And in front of the ogre is a black made out of wood. It's poorly painted. You can easily see the grain of the wood. It's got a very rusty hinge on it and a padlock. The ogre has a giant club called the Kanabo sitting next to him. And he looks at you guys as you approach, expectantly.
What's the rate for water access?
Points down at the wooden box, and you hear a voice from behind him. silver per gallon. 1 silver per gallon, or unlimited for gold per day.
It's like a subscription. Wait, why don't we run a subscription service, Coin?
Isn't
I mean-
that just a business?
We need something to. What we're gonna send boxes of coin to
To
people's
get a
house?
water license in order to distribute inside the city wall.
No, I'm not talking about water specifically. I'm just saying a subscription model might be smart.
The person who's talking is about 3 feet tall, looks like a little devil, red skin, little black horns, dressed in a suit. The suit is completely green. He looks
Hey,
like
you
a
stole my color
misplaced elf
scheme.
from Christmas.
You need a water license? Like, where would you get the water anyway?
Distribution license.
Well-
You gotta get an authorization from city council in order to participate in water distribution.
Where do you get your water, though? There's no wells.
Of course there's not. That's why it's special.
What did they make it with magic like most of the things here?
Of course. It's not a big secret.
I wonder how much it pays to be like a water wizard or something.
Not much. I mean, it's not exactly like I've got any magic. It's just I'm the supplier. I've got the source. I collect. It's a big investment. I'm still paying it off. See, a gold pieces.
Well, how much did the subscription model work out for you? Like if me and Coin were to try one.
Oh, see, I get a gold a day plus water. So if you guys, 4, 5, 6, 7 of you there, that's 7 gold for each of you per day, and across 365 days.
It's a lot
That's
of gold.
2,100 gold. In 5 years, I'd pay off my debt just using the 7 of you.
Huh.
So when you say unlimited, can I get in the fountain?
No, you can't get in the fountain.
I'm asking for a friend.
You're
I'm
right,
the friend.
You're right, Ruzid. We just have to sell literal water in a desert, and we'll be rich.
No, I'm just talking about the model. Like, what if we had like a subscription model for like corn dogs or something? You got a different corn dog every day.
I like I said with the maps, I could make one every day, but I don't want to. I like to
Whatever.
space it out.
Are there a lot of suppliers?
That's what you
in
hire
the city?
employees for.
Well,
Is that
obviously
Crystal?
someone else is doing it. I'm on board.
Are there a lot of suppliers in the city, or are there just a few?
Oh, there's a few. 100. It's a big
Ooh.
city.
Hmm.
Not a competition.
But no competition. The rates are set by the city council.
Oh, no
Cool.
competition.
That's why we can't gouge you guys and make a ton of money.
I'm gonna give him my
Hey, well,
gold
that's
piece
sure
and
ain't
start
fair.
filling up.
To all the legitimate
Okay.
businesses of the city. Yeah. Oh, that's a good thing. We don't want to be gouged.
Yeah.
But it's the principle of the
Personally-
matter.
I'm more of a fan of an open market, but you do you.
Who? Hello?
I don't think it's their
Is it-
choice, Coin.
No
Unfortunately,
mental regulations in this case.
ain't it the worst?
No, not really.
Really?
No. I don't have a problem with the government. Do you have a problem with the government? And both
We
ogres
don't
look
have a
very
problem with the
intently.
government.
I don't have a problem with the government. I'm just making a little riff about having your prices capped is all. I get why they do it. And assuming they're still looking sort of judgmentally, he's going to say, I agree with it principally. I'm just making small talk.
The ogres are too dumb to care. They're just,
Fair enough. They just look
enforcers.
angry all the time.
They're freaking ogres. I'm an ogre.
This guy's pissed at me. He's just thinking of what the cloud looked like behind him.
Yeah. All right. So you
Hey.
guys fill up water skins thanks to Tati's subscription of 1 gold.
Yeah.
It's like Netflix. I share my password with everyone.
Love that.
Sounds good.
Really? What's your password? Don't say that on the recording.
Off the recording is fine. We'll fill up the water skins. I mean,
really interested in seeing a temple. Is there like a temple district in the central?
Not district, but there are temples all over the place. Yeah, for those goody two shoe god worshippers. Yeah,
Born and raised.
Do you not worship
my
God?
condolences. No. What has any god ever done for me, or you, for that matter?
Given you
you serve a
water?
god?
Sometimes.
Why is that interested in my life? I
Sometimes.
sell water.
Wait,
I thought you
of
were
course, I'm
cleric.
interested in your life, but I'm also interested in directions. Like if you could just point towards
That
one of the
way.
steeples.
No, steeple. What the heck's a steeple? No one needs
I
to
don't
know the way to the sky. We know where the sky is.
Oh, good.
There, you find a couple of the temples down there. The 4 fates are down there. You'll find them if you're one of those goody two shoes.
The 4 fates.
The 4 fates.
Who are those?
Ruse it.
Look, I'm not going to indoctrinate you or be a priest. Do you want water or not?
I think he worships water.
If he worships water, he can worship my ass.
Gross.
you should see a nutritionist about that.
I didn't say anything.
All right. Y'all move along now. I got other customers who are less inquisitive about.
Bye. Thank you.
Wait, are there other customers around though?
No,
For sure not.
Ouch.
he's actively just trying to get rid of you guys because you're a pain in the ass.
Enough.
I was
You hit
actually
the
gonna
cut
kind of
like
into
a crystal.
Starting to think we're not going to get anyone to go to the museum.
This
Based
have
on
you guys
the
ever been
vibe.
to an amusement? The food vendor doesn't actually want to serve you guys today. It's that guy who's like, "Yeah, here's your damn hot dog. Here's your soda. Now go away." It's that guy.
Dang.
Do we get my Mickey Mouse ice
I
cream?
know you've had experience, Crystal.
Mhm.
You never had that experience at an amusement park where the
Oh, yeah.
want to be there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Is there another experience?
It's
It's like-
specifically in New York City.
Yeah, I hate
All of them are
amusement
like
parks.
that.
I'm with Ray.
That's like half the places, like half the restaurants in the Loop, or it's the like the fast food restaurants.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think at Disneyland they're legally not allowed to frown. I think they get fired if they do that.
You get fired.
Yeah,
if
they can.
That's why they wear the big heads. Covers
It's not-
up special expressions.
It's not even really a joke.
That's not a joke.
They're
It's kind of
strict.
scary.
So
I know
I
two
was thinking
bartenders at Disney World.
Yep.
maybe if I can find like a priest or an acolyte of MKL's temple.
Okay.
I was again talking to Coin in the group.
Yeah,
like
sure.
so I was thinking if I could find someone like that, they might be persuaded to give us a tour the catacombs.
Oh,
better
I
one,
mean,
so that we wouldn't get lost if we went.
Oh man, does that mean we have to weed their garden again?
I don't think they can grow a garden here, so you
Well,
might be
those
lucky.
tomatoes grow from somewhere.
You might have to rake the
And a-
sand or something.
They're gonna be the biggest weeds I've ever seen.
It's a good idea, Tati. I mean, Man of Faith might know what those catacombs of skulls are there for.
I mean, I'd like to go, but if there's weeding to be done, you're of course welcome, but you shouldn't feel pressured to weed if you're
Be
not ready
welcome to
for
that.
weeding.
Well, I'll be welcome to that one, really.
Crystal just says it's fine.
All right, so you guys want to go down the street to the Temple of Impale?
Yeah.
All
We
right.
got one of them
You guys-
nearby. Let's do it.
Yep, you guys
There's always
walk
a
up.
local one.
Oh yeah, no, it's very common. You guys walk up. It is an enormous structure, austere and imposing. It's easily 75 feet tall, sheer white marble, and with black veins in it. As you guys approach, this thing looks intimidating as all hell. Outside, there are 4 guards dressed in bright white armor with black trim. The white is so polished, you can see your reflections as you walk up. The black as well is equally polished. They have long black glaives, which are pole arms that look like a knife on the end, and the glaives themselves are reflective. The 4 guards look like they're not going to let you in. As you approach, they cross their glaives over the entrance, which is 2 large black onyx doors. They're actually made of gemstone.
Is it a
What do you wanna
holiday
do?
today?
The
there-
one guard goes, "Infidels, why do you tread on holy ground?"
And she looks at Tati.
I feel
Why
like
do
everyone
we?
looks at Tati.
Definitely.
Are we not supposed to be here? And
No.
looking at
We are
Dottie.
You are not.
I was born on holy ground, and from what I could see, this whole city might be holy ground. I was hoping we could come talk with someone that knew about that.
The helmet turns for a moment and looks down at you. You can't afford to be in the church.
Coin laugh.
And he stands up and stands at attention. In your presence,
He's standing at attention and telling me I can't come in?
correct. He's actively blocking the way.
Oh,
He is
gotcha.
stepping between you and the doors.
Hmm.
I thought you were all buddies with these guys.
I've never been to this church, Rusid.
The guard looks down at you, Ruzid, as if we would let peasants in the Church of Imkael.
I am no peasant!
He backhands
So
you.
he- Oh. Is he okay? Like,
Let me
does
get
it hit?
the
Does
character.
it
Let me get
hit?
the character
No.
one
That's a
second.
real important question.
Let me get him up here. Sorry, I wasn't ready for this.
Does he break his knuckles on Roosted?
It's like the cartoony like knuckles are like all twisted in all
It's, like,
sorts of
smaller
ways.
and red, like,
Yeah.
10 times too big.
Yeah.
Alright, here we go. Okay, so whack. Yeah, he hits you.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
Coin does it. I think Rusa does a spin.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Um,
step in
you're
between
going
Rusid
to
and my
take.
guard.
Oh man.
No. After he gets hit. No, I'm not
Yeah,
taking
he
the
wasn't
hit.
trying to kill you or anything. So he's doing some dual damage. Okay. But it is 35 points of subdual damage.
Subdual. Oh, so okay. I see what you mean.
Yeah, it doesn't kill you.
Rizid like is a little woozy after that hit. Like takes like staggers back for a moment.
He
It's
looks
like,
down
"Ah!"
at you. Peasants. Always coming around looking for handouts.
If you
I
will.
don't want a handout. I just want respect.
I just gave you one, and you're not getting that.
Here's the plan.
Now move
Rusid's,
along.
Rusid's spirit, before it ascends to heaven, go through the wall of the church like a specter.
Should I mark damage
some
on my
recon.
character sheet or?
Yeah, 35
Yeah.
points of damage.
Yes, I thought.
Assuming Tati isn't like about to exchange more
Yeah,
conversation.
can I like really quickly, what are people's in the group? Because like Isaac's gonna be going a little bit based on your guys' vibe. What are your gut physical reactions
Yeah, we'll
to
go down the line
Rusid
here.
being backhanded so hard?
Coin
Yeah,
has
we'll go
no
down the line here.
reaction.
Coin has no reactions. Fira,
Both hands go to cutlasses, and I'm looking I'm not pulling them out, but both hands are there, and I'm looking at Tati, kind of like, is this a normal thing that happens, or are we?
Bryn?
Yeah, Bryn's got both his two staffs are crossed over his back, and he's reaching to grab them like kind of like Saphira is with cutlasses.
Crystal?
Crystal doesn't even flinch at the impact. But she is going to be she's now looking at the guard, and what I'll say is like her body language is now much more aggressive, but she didn't flinch at all upon impact.
Okay. Tati?
I even when I saw him pulling his hand back to hit him, I didn't react because I assumed Ruzid could take it. And when Ruzid goes flying, I'm surprised. I step in between him and Ruzid, but not aggressively. I'm contemplative because I have something that I know would get us access, but I'm deciding whether or not we should even get access. If this is the reception we get.
Coin, assuming nothing is said yet, I think Coin's going to get the impression like, all right, we kind of last-ditch efforts here. Coin's going to say, humor, if you will, a couple of budding acolytes. How extensive is the written history of the church?
You're no acolyte, Grung.
Could be.
Move along.
Just, I want to know, how thorough is the written history if someone wanted to learn about it?
He ignores you completely. He will listen to your request. You're too low life for him.
I think that even with Coin noticing that, he's going to kind of just continue as if he's doing like a salesman pitch.
Okay,
he's like,
that's totally in character.
Well, let's say someone were doing a history on the architecture, on the religious architecture of the Central Wall, regarding what's under the city.
They should do it in one of the lower temples.
And if someone were trying to collect that kind of information, which direction would a lower temple be?
Wherever the hell you came from, Grung. And he says the word grung like an insult.
Like, I think Corn will just kind of like, I don't know, move his mouth up a bit, sort of like bad taste in his mouth. Doesn't react.
I have to go over and check in with Ruzid. So, Ruzid, you've been smacked.
Ruzid like kind of gets up and just gives this guy sort of death glare, and is like, "You touch me again, you're going to regret it."
Touch you again if I got paid. You're such scum. I wouldn't soil my armor by doing it again. It's already befouled. He wipes it off on his tabard.
Maybe I should make a wisdom check. I feel like Ruzid would have a hard time not fighting this guy right now. Let's see. Yeah.
Isaac be helping you?
Oh, here he comes.
I was going to be trying to, like, can Isaac be sort of helping you? Because he's going to also sort of try and step in. His gut movement, I think, was roughly going to be similar to Tati's. It's like kind of stepping a little bit between Ruzid and the person if he can, and trying to like put a hand on you to like help you calm down, and is just going to say, ostensibly sort of to Tati, but like clearly the whole group, like, look, why don't we move along to a different temple before this guy becomes a wall ornament for the temple he loves so much? Let's just head on back, like, and try and see if Tati and Ruzid are at this point willing to just move on to a different temple.
Question: is this guy's at the front of the church, right? Or assuming we're at an angle where Coin can maybe turn his head and look around the side, does it seem like the sides of it are guarded?
There's 4 guards over there. You'll also see patrolling up and down the street a couple sets of 4 guards. Looks like wherever they are, there are 4 of these guards dressed in this super white armor with black trim that you've never seen at any other temple of MKL.
Okay, Coin's not going to do anything.
This is completely counter to your entire faith, as far as you know.
Coin's not
Yeah, I
going to
think
do anything, unfortunately, but he was thinking of trying to take a piss on the side of the church. And knowing he can't do that now, he'll be like, yeah, let's go.
Can Crystal do like a perception check on this guy? Like,
Sure. What are you trying to find out?
oh, well, it's not very high. But she's trying to see if if she's ever come across anything like this before. And
Ooh.
yeah, that's
Oh, damn.
like an aggressive
Ah.
guard or like these guys in white?
no, like these guys in particular. So like this like
I have to take
language
you
that
to
they're
another
using.
channel.
Okay.
Oh, man. And you get to thank Madison for this. All right.
I'll let him
so
know.
Be right.
As you're blocking me, as Isaac's blocking me, Bruza would probably like look up and just say, "I won't fight them right now, but only if you do the plan and I get to do exactly as you described during it."
To be the
I gotta
first
tell
one,
you,
Rosette.
I was already your only yay vote on the plan. Already your only yes vote on that plan.
Terrible.
And it's his body language, which was already, especially to Ruzid is in particular, who can blow up to the size of a fucking giant, like was already like suggestive. You can't make Ruzid calm down if he doesn't want to calm down. But the body language he had was, softens.
The plan is growing on me.
Ruz's voice changed from angry to more conniving and like kind of sadistic sort of voice. Ruzid going Joker mode type of thing.
Tati, were you pretty willing to move on? Is that what it seemed like in the moment, or?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I've got a pretty good idea of what I'm looking at, and I don't have any particular desire to talk with a guard. So if I can't get past him at the moment, then I don't really want to put too much effort into that. Besides, if they're employing guards like this, we probably don't need the people inside either.
Good point.
Ruzid might need
Would
some
be
healing
cool
after
to
this,
meet
by
one
the
of
way.
the three makers, though.
All right. And we're back.
It seemed like our body language on the rest of the group has softened and seems largely ready to correct me if I'm wrong. Move along.
You guys moving along?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
Crystal's she's gonna spit on the ground in front of the guard, and she's gonna walk away.
Ruzid made some mean comments about how they're gonna do the thing that Isaac described if Plane Omega were to occur.
Pick up
Not
the
at the
temple
guard,
limb.
just under his breath.
No, not at the guard. To Isaac.
I had a question, Eric, about this district.
Yeah.
A place in such a harsh natural environment like this, and we've heard that they have the temple to the god of death and the temples to the gods of fate. Are they more? To me, if your environment seems like it wants to kill you, there are two routes with your nature gods. There's like they've abandoned us, fuck them, and there's like beseeching them for all the help you're ever gonna and grace you're ever gonna possibly get to survive in a place like this. Which route has this town taken, or is there another route?
There is a third route that this town has taken. And as you guys come up to the Temple of the Fates, there are people outside selling all sorts of lucky trinkets. They are selling fortune cookies. They're selling loaded dice. They're selling all sorts of different tchotchkes and I wanted to use a different word, but I'm not going to use that word. Chris's name. But items that would be influential on their luck or outcomes to fortunes.
Those
I'm
things
gonna
that
go
were
buy a
in
load.
terms
I'm
of,
gonna
like-
price someone to try to get one a load of dice.
Okay. You can go
Sorry,
ahead
really
and get a
quickly.
loaded die. They're going to charge you a silver piece.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I don't coin I don't know if it'll matter. Coin's gonna do I feel like knowing being obsessed with luck and all that, he might try and do a check to see if like are these just like just a scam? Are they actually like selling something here?
No, they're 100% selling scams.
Really
Oh, yeah.
lucky.
I do need Saphir to roll a d6, please, to find out how the dice is loaded.
Coin's like twiddling a coin
Your
in
die
his
is loaded on
fingers.
5s.
It's like those things
pretty good
sound
one.
whack. He drops his coin
This is
accidentally.
all mechanically altered items. Faces are shaved, and they're very open about the fact that they're selling double-headed coins and double-tailed coins. Like they're flat out being perfectly honest that they are ripping people off.
Coin, are you gonna go for a double-headed coin?
It's not real luck if you need to stack the dice.
Yeah,
So
but
no.
don't just.
The
but
guy looks
That's
at
kind of
you.
luck.
we
Then
make
go
we make
ahead
our own
and
luck,
go
don't you know?
inside, do-gooder.
Shake it.
Coin's gonna say tails, and then he's gonna flip the coin that's on his person.
Okay,
And
on
land
to
in
its
his head.
tails, roll a d2. There you go. Good job.
Rolls it back
He
up
goes,
into his mouth.
Lucky.
That's the
You don't need
idea.
my
That's-
good. I'm
that's
not
the
selling
point.
you or your people anything else. Move along.
Oh, they might need it.
Can we
You
go
know,
in
they
and
have
look?
a lot of things against your kind for some reason, kind.
Yeah, I don't know why. Grunts are pretty nice generally.
I don't care about this guy doesn't care that you're a grung. He cares the fact that you're trusting in luck as opposed to buying his made up stuff.
Yeah.
Also, there's probably
So-
not a lot of grung in the desert.
Eh. But as you guys walk in, this temple has gone to the mall. There are
Oh, fun.
shops everywhere. There are lucky clothes, lucky socks, lucky ties, lucky underwear. Everything here is a shop.
Yeah, if I were a god, this is how I'd want my temples to look. Only with actual stuff in it.
There are priests and priestesses of the four faiths walking around with advertisements for those various shops.
What is there anything edible?
I will get back to you, Isaac. As you
Okay.
look for edible things, yeah, there's some different candies and fruits and foods here. Yeah.
Hmm.
Primarily, they are selection fruits and selection candies, like those jelly beans where they're random flavored. Good luck.
Yeah, those are awful.
Some of them are awful.
To answer Isaac's question, in this specific area, they would have shunned those. You wouldn't find any of those readily available in this area. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Just curious if that was something that they would
Yeah.
lean into or lean away from. Yeah.
Not here. There's somewhere else, but you haven't gotten there yet.
Are you talking about
Okay.
in the city, not here, like somewhere else in the city?
I'm not answering that yet.
Good question.
No, what he's looking for is he's looking for a nature temple.
Yeah, it was more just
One of the
curious if
three
there
nature
were like,
gods?
or if they had like, if in a place like this, if they would even have or revere something like a sacred garden, a sacred fountain, a oasis. Yeah, just sort of if that was even something that while we
Not
were in the
not
religious
anywhere you
district, it occurred to me to ask.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good question, though. All right. So, anything you guys want to do here at the Temple of the Four Fates?
Nothing on my end.
Alright.
Yeah, say out loud. What are we doing here?
Just looking. There's no like casino in here?
Oh no, there's absolutely a casino in here.
Oh, hey.
Several of
That's
them. There's like 3 of them.
bye. Like, I want to go play.
All right.
Same thing.
Tati,
Tati.
how many coins are you going to risk over the rest of the evening or the afternoon here?
Well, until I get dragged away.
I'm gonna play
let's
cards
see.
with you.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know, 50 gold pieces.
Okay.
Oh my god, I'll go play cards at a cheaper table, maybe though. Or for less time.
Coin's not
all
gonna
right.
play.
25? Can we do 25?
Okay.
Isaac,
So
don't go.
Yeah,
Dude.
I have like 9.5 right now.
all right.
5 gold
enough to
pieces.
play for enough to
5
play
gold
enough to
pieces,
play for a
okay.
while.
Coin's not gonna play, but he will accompany, kind of hover around the table.
All right. So Tati, we're going to go ahead and roll a d10 to see how much gold you end up with.
Sure.
You end up with 2 gold instead of the 5.
You're rolling
lost
the
3
d10.
gold.
Sorry.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
rolled because I get to be the gods of
I do.
luck.
I
Who's
heard
just gonna-
roll dice. I got excited.
So is
Okay.
Tati spending like the whole afternoon?
No.
No. I detoured while you guys were looking at the jelly beans.
Okay.
Ask, do you do free hands? No bet.
No.
Be cooler if you did.
The dealer looks at you with a stink eye. I've got paying customers, sir. I'm sorry.
Wait, can
think-
I be a paying customer, Toddy?
So,
Let's do this.
Yeah, can you roll one for Isaac too?
Coin's
Okay.
going to put a single copper on the table and
All
say,
right.
"Hey, I pay him."
Hey, Toddy, I like your original
Nope.
wager. How about we both do 100?
All right.
All right, coin. You get 2 copper back. So you gain 1
Let's
copper
go,
piece.
Ray. Out of character.
Who
Ray
else?
and Toddy and Ruth are both gonna wager 100 GP.
All right. So Ruzid, you're going to end up with 20
Aw.
gold. You're 100.
Minus
You
80.
lost 80 gold. Tati,
Unlucky.
you're going to do the same thing?
Yeah.
All right. You gained 84 gold. All right. Anybody else going to
I took
gamble?
Ruzid's 80 is what happened.
Yeah, okay, that's what happened. I would totally envisioned that.
Okay. Isaac, you end up with 2 gold. You lost 3.
Saphira.
Why are you the only one winning, Toddy?
What are you doing,
Excuse me.
Saphira?
Saphira's gonna see if she can find a dice game and see if she can sneak her loaded die into it. And if that doesn't,
Cue the Ocean 11 scene, Ocean 13 scene. I just
What
put in
are
the chat.
this town to do?
Roll.
Right
Roll
here.
a
You're gonna buy a
sleight of
dice
hand.
here and use it right there.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you over everyone.
Roll
The people-
a sleight of hand check. Need you to beat a 35.
Oh no!
No. Oh,
wow.
Saphira, you are escorted out at sword point.
See you when we're done.
But you get to keep your dice,
I
right?
They confiscate your die.
Oh.
Fair and square, they got me,
Yeah.
and I'll leave with
Only more
Alright.
criminals were like that. Oh, you got me.
Fair game, fair play.
All right. So you eventually leave this place around, let's say 4:30 in the afternoon. You guys have spent all afternoon doing recon, getting supplies for the escape, going to visit the temples, and now it's early evening. What do you want to do?
I still don't have a guide to go into the catacombs.
Well, Bryn has a date, and he
You might
needs
have-
to take a bath.
We might have to wing it in the
And we-
catacombs.
should
Before
probably
the
check
date.
out the museum.
Last
before I
chance to skip out on the
closes.
date, Bryn.
I don't want her to curse my name.
Aww.
All right. If
How sweet.
if we're not going to the museum, I think I should go and tie up this loose end, so to speak.
Are you guys going to the museum, or do you want Brent to go on his date?
Go to the
I
museum.
Wait.
say Go
we
on,
do
First,
show
both?
him
I'm
the
gonna
date.
first I'm gonna
Point.
look at Brett and be like, tie her on the first date? That's a little advanced, don't you think?
Ugh, I hate all of you so much.
I have this loose
Now,
end on
Bryn,
the first
Bryn
date.
saying-
Bryn, did they teach you that special cantrip in school? Or do you need to take protection? Do we need to buy you something?
Ugh, Bryn just throws up his hands and walks away towards the fountain.
Wait. Are we talking about tying people up? I thought that was Toddy's thing.
That's
Can't
an
hear
interesting
you.
thing,
Very true.
Rusid. Everybody's into that.
Hearing Bryn
Really?
Yeah.
say "I hate you all" is what pushes
I
Coin to
think
go.
it's
You
just
know,
you
what?
and
Museum
Chris,
can wait.
though.
What'd you say,
Um,
La,
Coin?
la, la,
Coin?
can't hear you, not listening.
Museum can wait. Have fun,
The
Bryn.
museum can wait. Okay. So the softy in Coin, the person who would most likely screw over the party for a deal, says to Bryn to go enjoy his date.
Yeah.
I'll try.
Oh,
I don't really want to do this, but I don't want my name to get cursed.
That's just the butterflies, buddy.
all right, Bryn.
I'm sure it'll go great. I'm sure both of you will tie each other up or whatever. Isn't that what people do, Toddy?
Yeah, and if you both want to wear the mask, that's between you two.
Just remember, silk rope, not the hemp one.
Are you gonna give him some before he goes, Toddy?
You have silk rope on you?
Also that.
Yeah. I'm not gonna
Nice.
tie anyone up with hemp rope. That's painful.
Hey,
You would know.
you want it to be you want it to be comfortable. Well, somewhat. Little discomfort is.
Look, no one's
There's
no one's
a-
getting tied up. We're just going to dinner somewhere.
So,
Kite
Bryn
her over in her
Sunflower,
shop preparing the rope.
is there anything you'd like to do before going to Klinkle's shop?
I mean, go to the fountain and try and wash off a little bit.
Okay.
So yeah, what's the fee? It's like a gold for access to
It's a
the
gold
oh,
for all day. Yep.
I don't have any more gold because I spent it all.
You can use the dirt outside of the fountain.
All right.
You better-
How well does using prestidigitation to like clean yourself off a little bit, like one?
It's
Square.
it's a cubic foot per 6 seconds. How tall is Bryn?
I don't know, 5'8".
All right. So
Face,
did you do?
hands.
Yeah, so 2 feet wide by almost 6 feet tall. So 12 times 6 seconds. So 2 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, Bryn will get all the way to the fountain before realizing he doesn't have any money. And then he'll just use prestidigitation on himself.
Ogres look at you
No.
disappointedly.
I'm sorry, I didn't plan for this. Yeah, all right. Well, and then maybe one more prestidigitation around
How
like
are you
the
gonna
collar
have a
to go
date
for
with
like
no
a.
money?
Well, she said she'd pay for the date. That did happen.
That is
Just
true.
What a
Pay for the
gentleman.
So as you make your way over to Klinkle's shop, she is waiting out front. And she is wearing a beautiful blue and gold dress. It's got a revealing midriff, very desert themed, with a long flowing sash that she uses as a scarf and veil. She's got a little gold headdress with gemstones all in it. She smiles at you as you come up. I actually didn't think you'd come. I'm surprised. Let's go. And she takes your arm in
All right.
hers and she starts walking along. And you are able to keep pace with her, which is interesting. She's taller than she appeared earlier.
Oh.
She is almost your same height. She's about 5'4" right now. And
Okay.
this is a gnome.
Okay.
She has currently cast Enlarge Reduce on herself in order to make this easier.
Fair enough.
And so you guys will go down the street to a small cafe. Inside, there are 2 guards, and they look like freaking ninjas. On the outside, they have easily 7 swords that you're able to see each. As you walk in, she tips one of them a platinum piece and goes in and goes to a single table in this little courtyard. There's no other tables in this restaurant, just the one table next to a fountain. And she stands there at the side of the table, expectantly.
As they've been walking, Bryn's probably just been trying to make small talk and seeing how receptive she is, whether it's like she wants to just be silent or whether she is
Very
interested in
receptive.
conversation. Yeah, so just you look nice. That's a lot of swords. Oh, you seems you know them. Have you been here before? Just little things like
I
that.
own the place.
Oh, excellent. So Bryn will see her standing next to the table and offer to pull her, just sort of move to pull her chair out from the table so she can sit down.
Thank you. It's rare to find a gentleman with manners. So, enjoy your seat. The appetizers will be here momentarily. So, you have a collection of very interesting friends.
Oh yeah, tell me about it.
How do you know Crystal Latte?
Well, kind
I
of
don't believe for a
coincidence.
moment that she tried to get away with that silly pseudonym.
When you say the pseudonym, do you mean Crystal Latte or Crystal whatever else you called her?
She picks up the knife from the cutlery, and she begins cleaning her fingernails. We both know what I'm talking about, Bryn Gemflower. Crystal Latte is in the central wall and is masquerading as Crystal Matcha. How do you know Crystal Latte, and what is her business here?
At this point, Bryn is going to subtle cast enhanceability on himself and grace himself with the Eagle's Splendor.
Okay.
To give himself
Lovely,
advantage
buddy.
on charisma checks. So I'll spend a sorcery point and a 2nd level spell slot in order to do that. And Bryn's gonna say, well, truth be told, Crystal and I are traveling together. All 6 of us minus Isaac. We kind of got roped in together by fate, and we all ended up on the same ship. And we've tried our best to make a life of it since then. I never met Crystal before I never met Crystal before we started sailing, all of us together.
Persuasion check, please.
Yep.
Because everything you said so far is legit.
Yep. That's going to be
Cool.
16 to
Sweet.
persuade.
Awesome. Continue.
Yeah. I don't know. I know her as Crystal Latte. I don't know why she's calling herself Crystal Matcha. If she's had.
Oh, I know that. That's easy.
If Crystal had or whatever her name is, if she had business in the Central Wall in some kind of past life, that's none of my business. All I know is
Good
that
answers.
she's
And I believe
reliable in a pinch, and
Really?
consider us friends.
She's reliable in a pinch, and you consider yourself her friend.
Oh yeah, Crystal's got my back.
That's interesting. Good to know. Thank you for being honest. I believe you.
That's what I do best.
Here we are. Caviar and crackers. And caviar and crackers is served by a very barrel-chested gentleman in a white chef's coat. He comes out, his hair is slicked all the way back, like almost oiled back. His eyebrows have been perfectly plucked, and everything about this guy is immaculate. As he serves it, he doesn't say a word. He places it on the table, turns on his heel, and with a precision walks back into the kitchen. As you watch him go back, you look down at the ground. There are footprints in the stonework where this guy regularly steps.
And there are
'Cause
no
he's-
other footprints corresponding to where I walked, for instance.
Right, because it's stone. This
Yeah.
guy
Okay.
this guy has done this repetition so often that he has worn his own path, but instead of like at the let's say uh you've seen the picture of the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. There's a path where you can see the groove in the concrete. This guy has footprints in the concrete where he stands and walks.
Remarkable.
Um
So
Clego looks at you and asks, so if you don't know much more about Crystal Latte, what are you doing in the central wall?
We're making a delivery. We have been getting by on odd jobs since we ended up sailing together, and we picked up some potion supplies at Enland Point, and we brought them here.
What's the name of your ship?
The change maker.
What's your figurehead?
It's like a skeleton, but it's only a half skeleton. We've got it's like a half man and then half skeleton. The other crew members call him a name. Like they give him a name. I don't remember what it is. You're asking. You might ask, what's your interest in Crystal? She wasn't serious. Like when she said earlier that we were together, she meant traveling together. We've never been a couple.
I would not expect so.
Interesting.
Now, what's your relationship with Knick-Knack Cicelli? Curse his name.
Curse his name. That we bumped into him at Enland Point. Yeah, that's it. Nothing much to say there. He was irritating. He wanted us to get rid of some Fey interns. He was running some kind of a shop. But based on what everyone says here, I don't want to know him any better.
Did you do a job for him?
We might have.
Interesting.
Job's
you decide to be evasive about doing a job for Knick-Knack Cicelli.
Well, we didn't know
That's
that
the first
everyone...
point you're going to be evasive. You're not evasive about knowing Crystal Latte, but you're evasive about doing a job for Knick-Knack Cicelli. Curse his name. That's an interesting choice of priorities.
Well, like I said, Crystal's a friend of mine. She's got my back, and also I've got hers.
What do you know about Crystal Latte?
Pretty much nothing. Like, that's what I've been saying this whole time.
She suddenly looks around, looks up at the rooftops, and is genuinely scared for a moment once you say that you don't know anything about Crystal Latte. In that case, I'll have the chef, provide you whatever meal you'd like. Enjoy your dinner. Excuse me. Have a wonderful night. Bryn Gemflower, informative. It's up. She bows at the waist, keeping her eyes on you, and goes over to the gate where the two large guards are. Whispers to them, gives them each a coin, and goes down the street very quickly. Her size reduces back down to gnome size. What would you like to do?
I'm sitting. Am I facing the door?
Yes.
Is my seat facing the door? Okay.
Yes.
I'd like to stay where I am for now.
Okay.
And then every minute or so, I'd like to look up at the two guys with the huge number of swords, and I'd like to see if
And their backs to you.
Their backs are to me. Okay.
You
All
are with guards at the entrance, and the chef, after 5 minutes, comes out with his hands behind his back. He stands at attention next to the table.
Good evening, sir. Is there a house specialty?
He nods, turns on his heel, and goes in the kitchen.
All right. I'm not going to turn down a free meal as long as I'm here. I have to say, when I was expecting, Bryn was probably nervous because Saphira had to roll hit dice after her date. But the two guards armed with a dozen swords is not the reason why Bryn was worried about having to roll hit dice. So Bryn is gonna stay and finish his meal.
Okay.
And
It's going to
then
be chicken with a side of roasted vegetables. It's going to be finished off with gelato, which you've never had before. But it's actually a frozen dessert and pistachio flavor.
interesting.
And
Alright.
it's served at the very end with one small chocolate mint that is carved into a small rose.
Interesting.
Scale.
Have there been other people dining at
There's only one table.
There's only one table.
You are the only person with one other chair in this entire restaurant. The only person who has spoken since Klinko left has been you.
Interesting. This may be overly cautious. Bryn is going to finish his meal and the gelato, everything except the mint. And then Bryn is going to put one finger on the mint and one hand inside his jacket to grab the wand of Identify. And Bryn is going to subtle cast Identify on the mint.
As you touch the mint, we're going to say you cast the Identify instantly on the mint the moment your finger touches it, prior to what chemically happens after that.
Okay.
So, it's a chocolate mint.
Okay.
It melts instantly. The balance of the chocolate to the ground is so fragile that as you touch it, the whole thing turns into a liquid under your finger, and you no longer feel a solidness there as the chocolate lace just dissolves at your touch. It's a super fragile mint.
I see. Is it on like a plate, or is it just
It's on a little tiny plate with a little doily underneath it.
Okay. Realizing that it's not in fact poisoned or cursed in any way, Bryn is gonna try and eat it, rather self-consciously.
You'll feel a tingling in your mouth as Identify doesn't identify poisons.
Oh, fuck off.
Fortunately, that's part of the aperitif, that it is laced with just the pufferfish venom, just enough to give your mouth a numb feeling.
Okay. All right. Well, with that, Bryn is going to Bryn's going to stand up, and there's two guards at the door, and they're not facing him.
Correct.
Okay.
And yeah, it's not a door, it's technically a metal fence. But yeah, there's a gate between them, yeah.
Bryn is debating, is it worth it to try and find out if these guards are going to do anything to him? Or no, Bryn's gonna square his shoulders and go for it. Bryn's going to walk in a straight line past the two guards and try and leave the restaurant.
Okay, you leave the restaurant.
All right. So, This was not a red wedding situation.
Could have been worse.
Definitely could have been worse. So yes, upon seeing that the guards are not going to try and accost him, he'll probably nod and say, "Thank you, gentlemen. Have a good evening." And Bryn is going to head.
You turn to look at them after you've passed them, or do you say that when you're between them?
After I pass them, because when I'm at the moment I'm walking past
You
them,
turn, they're not there anymore.
Oh boy. All right. Well,
Literally, the moment that you break the plane of their forward face, gone.
Well, Bryn's going to try and hastily regroup with the rest of the party.
Is the restaurant
Okay.
itself still there? Like the table?
The
And
restaurant's still there. The table's there. His little plate is still on the table. The chair is the gate's there, but the door to the kitchen's closed. The gate's just an empty gate, and there it
Whoa.
could be just an abandoned courtyard with a table.
Bryn would like to detour. Rather than directly regrouping with the rest of the party, he'd like to go back to where the shop was, where he picked up his date for the evening.
Okay. You walk up to Clinkle Mopry's shop. Up the closed doors, you can see the animatronic beholder there with the little beams moving around.
So is the shop closed for the day? Okay.
Just like when you left.
I see. Damn! I don't have invisibility yet. That would be so useful here. All right. Well, there's definitely something going on. I don't think I can infiltrate this place by myself. Any sign of movement from inside the shop? Is there maybe like a door with a light poking out from underneath that might indicate like an office that's visible from the street? Nope. Okay.
Not at all. No way.
Okay.
Not, and with your passive insight, if someone as connected and influential as her is doing business, you would be disappointed to find that evidence easily accessible.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I only have one. Is it worth trying to break in? No. Right now, we haven't committed any crimes yet inside the central wall, and I think it would be unwise to sort of break that streak. So as much as I would like to Misty step inside and poke around, I am going to regretfully turn away, and Bryn's going to rejoin the rest of the party.
Okay, cool. All right, so you rejoin the party back at the little boho tavern. You guys are sitting there. There is a performance of juggling going on. What do you guys want to do this evening, as it's fairly boring because Bryn was out for almost 2 hours?
Bryn?
Bryn is going to try and reconvene the party together, and in hushed whispers, Bryn is going to tell, especially Crystal, everything, exactly what happened, word for word.
Are there dartboards here?
No, there aren't. But you could, I assume, make one pretty easy. Okay, so Bryn approaches Crystal and tells her what happened.
This is the woman from the shop, right?
Oh yeah. Whatever her real deal is, she has a problem with you, big time.
Krista doesn't say anything, but she like clenches her jaw pretty hard, and she just kind of stays at the table like awkwardly, like, and looks down.
Crystal, between you and me, I made it very clear to her that you were my friend and you had my back, and that I've got your back, and that's not going to change. But between you and me, is there anything you might want to tell me that might be useful to know in the immediate future, just so we know what we're getting into?
Crystal is gonna take a really long pause. And she's just gonna tell Bryn
You
that
guys need to get in a separate channel so we don't reveal to everybody.
Oh.
yeah, that's a good idea.
Or
Yeah.
just try
Okay.
to whisper. I'm over here with my elf ears, like, what?
She's like leaned all the way across.
Give me a moment. We'll be right back.
Some
Yeah,
bullshit.
We'll be right back, guys.
I think I should be able to roll perception
Ray about to
or
throw hands.
investigations or sneak.
Tati is behind a window curtain 2 feet from the table.
I'm
Hiding
at
under
the
a table.
table. I'm at the table right now doing paperwork.
Oh,
Guys, they're just
yeah.
Bryn's just telling him to do Plan Omega. There's nothing weird going on.
You're really invested in that paper.
I am invested. I want to see Ruzid kill the guy who's guarding the temple.
I think we'd all be cool with seeing that, honestly.
It doesn't seem at all necessary. Like you
Yeah,
walked
but
that
Ruzi
off.
would
no
do it.
problem.
Does it?
Well, if Isaac didn't stop him, Ruzid was going to like freaking attack.
Tati is very confident that Ruzid cannot be injured by a dude tossing a hand at him.
They got a pretty clean punch in.
guard.
Sure, but what
I
about when he
thought
pulls
about
out
casting
his
Silvery Barb, but I thought it'd be funnier if I let it happen.
Might have some reconsiderations after today.
Reconsider your options.
Uh,
So much inter-party intrigue with Crystal. Secrets and wonders.
yeah, it's coming to a head.
I really think even if we just need a hiding place, the catacombs are going to be the spot.
Kobolds and catacombs.
It seems
I know.
way more logical to go to the catacombs than try to bustle through that, like the main gate where all the guards
Well,
are.
I think we're going to end up
if
doing
it's a hot
both.
exit, yes. But if we end up somehow managing pulling this off discreetly,
But
then
I
maybe
thought
we
there
can
was
walk
no
down
other
the
way out. I thought that was the only exit and entrance.
Well,
That's what they said.
I would also point out that like depending on how much our faces are known. If they just see a bunch of like mustaches leaving, we can go into the catacombs for like a day or two.
Just go in hiding.
But
Yeah,
I would like to
yeah.
be able to do that without getting irrevocably lost in the catacombs.
Oh no, I agree with you fully about everything
I
up
just-
to then. I was just
I'm
yeah.
running out of ideas on how to get a friend down there.
I actually think talking to Mr. Like Tomato Merchant was not a bad idea. We should talk to him tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, if we buy all of his produce, maybe he'll show us where he grows
If
Tomatoes.
we
it.
buy all his produce,
Exactly.
we can buy his heart.
If we
So
eat
we're
tomatoes, does that
back.
count as water?
Very little water content in the tomato.
Bummer.
Yeah. All right, so we're back. What do you guys want to do this evening?
How good is this
Go off to the
juggling
side for a
show?
moment. Not good. This dude sucks. He keeps dropping it, and he's only doing 3 balls.
Coin,
He
get up there,
switches to-
show 'em.
Coin
Still
is
sucks.
actively holding back the urge to pull out 3 coins. Be like, I can do that with something even smaller. But he knows that he's gonna get yelled at if he does that.
I like the idea that Coin can just like, as the coins or whatever it is flying through the air, he can just like touch it with his fingertip and stick it.
Yeah, I didn't even think
Like,
about that, but
he doesn't even have
logically,
to catch him. He can just be like, tick, 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 tick.
it's kind of cheap when you think about it. It's not that hard to catch him then.
Cheap shot.
All of his tricks are like a little less impressive now.
It's more impressive that he can toss them. Is what it is.
Actually, yeah, good point.
All right. So you guys enjoy the various shows that go on. Stone Soup is served yet again tonight. Just different flavors are added because that's what Stone Soup is. Is everyone familiar with the term Stone Soup? Yes.
Nope.
I hope.
There's a children's story, I think.
Yeah.
That's pretty. I've heard it. Yes.
Yeah. For Crystal's benefit, because I saw her shaking her head, stone soup is essentially potluck stew, where the host puts a rock in a pot with water, and all the guests add an ingredient that they brought with them, and that's what you eat for that night.
So it's like a kitchen sink cookie.
Sure, actually,
Yeah.
that's not a terrible. That's not a terrible. I don't think
So what
way
it-
of thinking about it.
That's what it reminds me of, where you just use
Yeah.
whatever you have around.
Exactly. It's just
Yeah.
it's a stew that you add water to, and everyone adds ingredients to, and the stone is what makes it so good. But this stone is
So,
just the
yeah.
host adding a worthless ingredient to water.
Bryn will contribute to the stone soup, but he doesn't really feel like cooking tonight.
Yep.
Oh wait, actually, he already ate. Yeah, never mind. Bryn will put
he
in
ate a
some of
great
the.
meal.
Bryn will put in some of the food as a courtesy to the other party members who probably haven't eaten yet. But otherwise, he's Bryn's has already eaten.
And for the record, the meal you ate was a 100 out of 100 flavor. This is the best meal you have ever had, Bryn.
Glad I
Just
stuck
keep getting
around.
those in this city.
Yeah, we're so good at getting those.
The sushi and the damn.
Spend all the
Yep.
inspiration to make sure it happens too.
Consistency.
So, as you guys spend the evening here, is there anything you guys want to do before we call?
I'm assuming the gem of discretion has recovered because it's been a day
Yep.
since we used it. So I think at some point, assuming we're all at a table or in a general area, Coin will pop the gem of discretion so that we can discuss it. And he'll maybe say something like, so, order of operations here. We go check out the museum. If an opportunity opens, we take it. If not, later in the day, we go there. Once we know we have the shard, we slip into the catacombs and lay low for a few days. If we find a way out, great. If not, maybe we turn back. New plan.
I think that sounds like a solid start.
What
of
if
a
it's
plan,
like
but,
a hybrid
I don't think
plan?
we have to do it the same day.
Like, what
Don't
if we
have
slip
to.
into the catacombs, but then when we make our escape, we fly out?
We actually might need some time because we're gonna have to knock a wheel off of this wagon, apparently.
Is that really
That's
necessary?
Plan Omega. That's not
That's
part
not-
of the original plan.
I don't think we're
that's
getting
even
the
Plan
wagon.
Omega. That's like
Omega.
Plan B.
I don't see a situation where we get the wagon back after taking the shard. Even
But
if they
I-
see our face or if they don't,
Okay,
it's
so
just gonna add suspicion.
What if we
but what
just
does
go
knocking a
underground?
wheel off the wagon have to do with anything?
It's metaphorically speaking. What actually
No, I'm
happens to the
literal.
wagon? We can just throw it in the. We could throw it in the catacombs somehow, or burn it, and then just claim it. Make a false police report.
I mean, I could just like chuck it up really high in the sky and then it'll fall down and break.
I don't understand why
But then
the first
people
plan
might-
isn't we steal the thing, we don't
Inconspicuous.
get caught, we leave with our card.
It can be
That's
part of the
first
ploy,
plan, right?
right?
100%.
Actually,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm baffled right now. Yeah.
Hey, we don't need to actually break the wagon to tell them that the wagon's broken.
Yeah, but it'd be fun.
I
Good
think
point, Tati. Let's wait.
Because we
It's
might-
cathartic, Saphira. It's cathartic.
I think it was Tati who
Hey,
said.
we-
I think I agree that there is a possibility that we find that we take the shard and don't immediately we don't immediately raise the alarm, and that we can just walk out of the city with it. I don't think we should bet on it, but there is that possibility.
That's plan A. Let's-
Yeah, that is plan A.
Thing to note.
So how many plans do we have now?
Well, these
Plan-
Well,
people
we've got
have a
3. Plan A
serious
is
problem.
take the shard and leave undetected. Plan B is if we're detected with the shard, we flee into the catacombs and try and leave through other ways. And then Plan Omega is Ruzid jumps 200 feet in the air, and we hope that he doesn't get killed by arrows.
I think these people have a serious problem with the people that live underground. And if we take something and we go underground, I don't think they're going to want to follow us because they don't want to be underground.
Well, then
Don't you think the opposite might also happen, where they just go and they're like, yeah, the underground people will finally deal with them, and they all charge underground and fight us?
If that's the case, I mean,
No, I
no,
don't think
I don't think that's. Yeah, I don't think they're looking for an excuse to 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 crush the underground. They just don't like it.
Oh, okay, if that's
They
the
just,
case, then maybe we're safe.
they just think they're above them.
Literally.
It's kind of essential to their infrastructure, literally. Like, they would crumble if there wasn't something below them, like pillars.
I've seen
So-
people do things more short-sighted, even myself.
We have seen that. Per Coin's talk about tomorrow, I think visit the museum.